the gruesome condition of Tim's body.
What's everybody doing?
We had very little time to show. His had to be crushed in, kind of like this.
Yeah, my glasses broke. Had to wire tie the side up till I can get to the eye doctor.
His intestines had been pulled out, and
Insurance will cover it.
They were crispy
Thank God.
rights. And his genitals had been removed, and they were placed in a sock drawer.
Hope everybody's doing all right.
Our basic thinking was that the killer had lost all control of his faculties.
Having a blessed day.
And again, judging from the condition of the body, that he had probably killed her here and probably dumped her body in the woods.
We took one look at the scene and wrote it off as the work of a disorganized killer. The truth we later learned from the Poughkeepsie tapes.
I don't know. I was lucky to be able to get this leg to stay on. I would have really been screwed down. Not gonna spend $100-something dollars I don't
murder and mutilate a body in such a way
when I
to
can
maintain composure while
about
doing
3
so,
weeks and get it for free.
Is our sense of theatricality, you know, the masks and costumes and whatnot, shows that this man.
Not like I got any big places to go or celebrities to meet or anybody important, for that matter of fact. If it's not a doctor, a physician, a nurse, some kind of shit, chances are I don't interact with you. Go fucking 6 months and all I've interacted with is fucking physicians, counselors. I found out, like I said, there's about 5 people at least 4 that have multiple accounts. And I think that's why there was like 15 people in chats and stuff at times. I think once that certain people saw they weren't going to get a rise out of me and shit. I mean, how's somebody making fun of you over a keyboard really? How are you going to let that affect you? What are they going to say about you that, you know, chances are if you sit and think for about 5 seconds, you don't already know. Have to deal with on a daily basis, you know. What are you telling me? You telling me shit. And heaven forbid somebody make $5 on this motherfucker. People go crazy, man. They get jealous. They go crazy. And now's the time when this shit's booming. Everybody and their mama's making $100,000 a month off this shit. This is damn near like the tech stocks were in the late 90s. Fuck. Like Moses has got it down flat. I mean, pat, you know. I don't understand. Scooter's cool. Never had any bad problems with him. He's always been nice. But I don't think he should have. Well, yeah, I do. I started to say I don't think he should have told VoiceBox he was going to help bail Derkie out and then didn't. But, yeah, they lie and shit people too, so why not? Whatever got the information to us. I feel what he was doing. He was And for her to actually think that some stranger's gonna help bail out her stupid ass son, you know? No, that's a personal problem. Look, if you haven't had to sell them guns, you're talking about, I gotta sell one of them to get them out. Just be glad you got something to sell to get it. Must not be in too bad a shape, because when you're in bad shape, it's when you ain't even got shit to sell. It's hard for me to help people like that now that, you know, I will help you so you don't have to get rid of it, so you don't have to get rid of your stuff. I will I will sacrifice so you don't have to, even though it's your fuck up. Shit, I haven't had a friend like that since probably ninth grade. And as soon as you quit having shit or get a little sideways in life, they go the other direction. At least I don't have motherfuckers knowing when my prescriptions are filled and calling and bothering me and shit about that. I guess that's because they know I've never been one to sell my medicine, give it away, trade it. I'm not coming off of it. And I hate to say it, it's not because of the rules. It's because it's my goddamn medicine. And I hate to say this, I'd probably just be buying it if I wasn't getting it from. Well, we know that's what Suboxone's about. It's to get us out of that behavior, so we can wake up and function and be half-ass normal. So I wish I had this problem to worry about, but instead of worrying about getting high, you can take your kids to school. Shit like you can worry about real problems, issues. I didn't figure all that shit out till too late. I don't know. Me and my third wife probably would have been divorced by now anyway. Something about her I just did not trust. And she never gave me any reason not to. But there was just something about her. Might be called paranoia. I had. She got on them fucking diet pills, those bluebirds or whatever. One thing is that changed her. She'd take them early in the morning when she'd go to work, and then when she'd come home, she'd be crashing on them motherfuckers. So I'd get the best of her. And it doesn't help when I'm laying on the couch, fucking nodding in and out. Won't even help get up and give the kids a bath. That I could have helped with. Cooking supper and shit, couldn't have helped with. What's up, Midnight? Doing alright, bub? Morning to you also, man. Dude, life blows. It's just a big shit pile full of intermediary stops of fun. One thing is, I'll just come out and say I need a joint right now. That's just part of my problem. Not even that, just 3 puffs. That's what I've gotten to is 3 puffs, and I can feel my stomach start barking in the right direction. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just getting, man, just get tired of treading. Tired of treading. And not seeing results. Now, once you see a result, you're reboosting shit, but yeah, you're right. True, because nobody, I don't care what your living condition situation is. A lot of people have that seasonal depression, just this kind of weather. And it keeps my allergies and shit fucked, and necessarily don't want to go outside and do anything because it's cold, like you said. Football season's fixing to be over. That's bad. Yeah, Captain Midnight. There's a bunch of people that really fucks with them. When the time, yeah, when the sun starts time shit starts changing like that. I think that's why I can't sleep at night. My days and night are so fucked. Like at 1 or 2 in the morning, that's when I'm ready to start my day. I'm ready to call it a day at about 5 or 6. Yeah, at 6 or 7, I'm done with the day. Not just done with it, but I'm physically done with it. I'm tired. But might be because my dumb ass has been up since fucking all night nearly. I've never been able to sleep at night. And if I know I've got something important to do, I'll just stay up. Do my best to. I wish I was like that. So as long as you get you like 5 hours, you can function. See that they say that deep REM sleep, rapid eye movement when you dream, deep sleep. They say it don't start happening until about 4 to 6 hours into sleeping. And what wakes me up, I'll go ahead and say it every time. Fucking nightmare or using dream. Every fucking morning around 2 o'clock. There's never, I haven't had a dream, It's been nightmares. I haven't had a dream since I was fucking 15, probably. Sometimes they're so bad, man, I wake up crying. I'm willing to admit that, Wake up crying and it takes me like 30 minutes to an hour to get out of it. But that's when it's like about my brother and mom and shit. I don't just wake up crying for no reason. I don't know how you do it, Captain Midnight. You're getting just enough sleep for your body to restart. But hell, you're not wasting a lot of day. I believe, yeah. I believe sleep cycles are tied big time to overall health. Because I've been on manic sprints for 3 or 4 days, up and down and shit, to where, you know, I've been through 2 or 3 days and not knowing what day it was, thinking 6 a.m. was p.m., you know, just ass backwards on everything. Wow, because their minds wouldn't shut down. That was, yeah. And then there's a lot of brilliant people, like you just mentioned, that couldn't deal with it and use substances to slow their minds down to catch sleep. Like Arthur Conan Doyle. You know, shit. Yeah, because it's like my doctor was saying, your brain has to fucking reset, because it resets your body. Like, one time I went into there, and I had been on a manic spurt, and my blood pressure and heart rate and shit was off. And he said, you've been up for a while, haven't you? He could tell by my fucking pressures that I'd been up for a while. That's why I've never been able to do speed. It sends me into a different... Not gonna lie, I used to get speedball now, but it sends me into hell. It sends me into what I'm already in. It agitates every mental condition I have. First time I ever did it, I was young. I had to call my mom and dad over to my apartment. I was laying on the floor. They'd take me to the fucking emergency room. It's more or less, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I'd taken everything I could to try to go to sleep, and it was not working. And I got myself into a tizzy, boy. I've never felt like that. You know, when you've just taken so fucking much to try to come down, and you can't, you're...
This is my gaming rig. I built from 27 peak dashes.
This is no longer a problem for me, because I can earn while I wait.
These are not just skills for the squad, but navigating the ultimate drop zone.
This is not a job.
Yeah,
This is the
you
game
know,
that
they've
keeps you
suggested
in
I
your
do.
game.
But I don't think I'd ever
Start
get to
dash
sleep
for
around
extra
people
cash.
like that.
Work when you want it.
You know what I'm saying?
Dash
They would
to it.
have to catch me at like when I'm literally about to fall out.
Good day to the fine teachers of Abbott
When I was
Elementary.
married, I was gonna
What?
do
No
one if
comment
they'd let my
about
wife
Gregory
come with me.
being FOIN
I know
foin.
it sounds
No, that is
terrible.
highly inappropriate. Are you hot, mama? You sure look that way to me.
I know I need it, but I just don't see how I could ever, like I said, fall asleep knowing I was being tested under different conditions.
Check out this cross.
After it was a machine they'd send home with me.
Pills. I'll shoot you. Grass, people. Cactus Jack, you see it? Grass. I keep them on deck now. I do know that's ACDC. Right. You see what? Okay. But he's playing a guitar.
You ever had a
That's
sleep
the
study
concept of what they're doing.
done, Captain?
Well, there it is. His cheese has officially left the cracker.
Come on, listen here. What is that, people?
Yeah, everybody knows what that is. Let me go check the TV to see what it is.
It's a roundabout. Come on, man. Yep, roundabout. Right, 1970. Dude, Jesus Christ, I don't have to even think twice.
See, I know there's some breathing problems
fast I
going
knew what it
on,
was,
but I
Adam.
thought they
It's
were
roundabout
heart
wrong.
related,
It's on
just
all you
congestive
mean.
heart failure.
Yeah, did you see how
But in
fast
my
he knew what it was
but
once he got close enough
because
to
they
the TV
warned
to
me,
read what it was and still get the
as
song
it got
wrong
worse,
somehow?
when I
Still
laid
an album
down,
fraggle.
it'd be hard to breathe.
Art Brown, like,
And I've just blamed
but
it
they
getting
actually
hard to
came to
breathe
play the
on
guitar
that.
they're going to. You know, that shit is like hypocrite. I've watched prisoners beat each other with rakes. You name it, bro.
You know,
I
I'm
beat
really gonna
people with
look into
rakes.
that,
I've
dude,
had 3 or 4 of them
because
jump at me, Cleveland, and Brandon one on one, I was on the other. Then here comes
a lot of those
30
are
more
cross
of them.
symptoms
We
of my
ran.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Of course you're gonna run from 30 people armed, right? When we get to the house, all I had to do was open the gate. Here comes my sister, American Bulldog. Is abused by colored people.
And
So
I can take
he had
anything
a
I want.
vendetta against me.
You
We
that
couldn't hire one to work there.
trazodone
I'm
shit.
willing to bet that the
I
colored
have
person
never
didn't work there
taken
because of
anything
you,
that's
not the
knocked me
dog.
on
There
my
come
ass.
30 of
I've
them.
never found
I kicked his
anything.
brother to the fence. You. I said, "Come on, boys, come
There
on."
has
And I sprayed
never,
to the
not
spray
even,
can. I went,
not even,
the
not
Mason
even
Dixon.
heroin.
Cross it.
In today's
I'm
version,
sure a
Derkie
big
wins
enough
with a spray
amount
paint on their
would.
back. In past versions, Derkie has lost and they beat his teeth out with a pipe.
A lot of the videos, they snipe all that. That's illegal as shit. I just ain't got time for it. Guess what?
Damn. See,
Tomorrow,
man, I don't
after
like.
I hit the
I'm gonna
polygon,
admit
and you
something
know what that
else,
does
and I'm
not
not
polygon
afraid
is.
to admit
Well,
my
you'll have to
flaws.
intercept every phone call.
I don't like being left
They talk
alone like
about
that.
hacking my phones.
Like even at
See, I
doctor's
said,
offices,
they
I'll
bounced
ask
off the
them if I can
neighbor's
leave the
car.
door
We'll put an
open.
investigation on you people so
But that
good
just
you
got to
never
be
gonna
something
get
I
out.
deal with.
That's a fact. 3 deputies pouring in a trooper.
I don't think
You
monsters
know
are
what they
gonna
say?
get me or nothing.
Turkey
I
got
just
more like the
don't
whole
like being
goddamn.
alone.
Are you sure? Because I heard Donald call the state police and the county cops, and they said stuff more along the lines of, "Oh, Derkie's just an idiot."
Than anybody in this county, that boy ain't got a warrant one. I'm pretty sure they know. I just beat him in court. Like I've said 1,000,000 times.
That
I'd get on
ATM
here and tell you, bitch,
app
kill me,
is
call me a
giving out
bastard, anything. I've knocked
more
from here to
money on the
Kansas,
passive
Dorky.
games.
That's how I play and head off your shoulders. Get your shit in me now.
Well, at least
This
you're
little
showing your
app
son
might
how to
turn
treat
into
women.
something.
Did you show him how to swing that laptop like a baseball bat?
Turkey, a free, super free man. I'm Superman. Look,
They're talking
Boone County.
about
I won't fight Junior, but I'll fight you.
they're talking about very
That's
possibly
the wrong
even gonna be
mistake you're making,
doing
son. I've been in, I don't know how many. My son's been
money
in one,
advances.
but he broke the board's nose.
You got a
that
little
boy. See what I
portfolio
mean?
on there.
I'm a predator. Concept that. My son stands like this beside me.
Derkie's 5'6", little Derkie's like 5'7" at best.
That's my son.
Doesn't
And he
take much
understands the
to
concept because
passively earn you enough money for a pack of
20 bucks
cigars.
says Derkie can't spell
You can't
or
for a pack
define
of
the word
cigarettes.
concept.
oh, the castle constitutional state, bro.
You ain't gonna make
You
no
know what I mean? You know what I
$10.
mean? You know what I mean?
You
We
know,
can pack
you
on
can
in a
easily make
felon can
about
even bear
$2 a
armed in
day
a
by
state.
doing absolutely
I would have just walked there and just went open fist, barehanded. I mean, I'm not
I
going
know
in
that's
30
not
feet,
shit,
not
but it
on the
adds
back.
up.
I'm not a sheep killer like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll let my son prey
I
on my.
know, man. When I
You
sit back
understand?
and looked at
That's
my
what a
little
wolf
bank
does.
program,
There's
even
certain,
though
there's
my
4
cigars
states
are
with the
only like
castle law.
$1 something,
Actually, 45 states have a
when it
version of the castle law,
when
and
you
you
sit
still
there
don't
and
understand what it
it's
means.
day after day
It's
after
called
day,
castle
it adds up,
constitutional state is what you would
And I
have.
looked
You
and I was
don't have
like,
to have a
fuck,
CCW.
could have bought a
But you can
sack,
carry
a
across
nice
state line
sack, and
unless it's a
smoked all
commonwealth.
weekend, you know?
19-year-old, 18-year-old can
Everything I
carry a
got smells
sidearm
like
when they
cigars,
are
and I hate
supervised
it.
by a former Marine,
I
or he has
know
to
it
be safe.
agitates my allergies.
But my son can handle a
It's
gun
running
like
my
that.
blood
Man, that's
pressure
been
up. It's,
done, man. That's done when I
you
like
know,
posted it on there. That's really all I gotta do is put stickers.
people
I need
used to
detail it,
didn't
man.
live
Yeah,
long
those
enough to
go-karts
see
been
the
done.
side
Them go-karts are
effects.
$5,000. I want at least 1,800.
He said in August that he sold that thing for $1,000
What's
to the
up,
neighbor.
Petey
She put a
Wheatstraw,
motor
the
on it,
devil's
and that's where it sat
son-in-law?
in the snow rusting away.
Never seen, haven't seen you in a while.
Away us in the goddamn stagecoach. Paul Rogers is back coming up. You don't call him back coming. Pretty sure I just went through that whole concept. Then I got, you know what that Draven said to me? Derkie, you blew me up, bro. I'll do that for any of my boys like that. Johnny Goble sitting right here that day. I'm sure he got a lot of love off of that. You see what I'm saying? 3 YouTubers here together. It's kind of, you know what I mean? Just have a good time.
Oh, yes, I remember it like it was yesterday.
Now, Moses gave me permission. I hope it still applies to play his stuff in the background.
Moses, say hi, Moses. No, he said you don't.
What's up, little Robbie?
Yeah. I'll kick him out. I'll kick him out. The people that's made up the news about me.
Dag burn,
I
he didn't get a
bet
shout
you
out.
in jail,
Johnny Green.
if he's still in that son of a bitch,
Yeah, that's about 2,000.
I bet he's going through withdrawals. I bet he's hitting that buzzer every fucking 2 minutes.
Goddamn puss fart.
Or
relationship. I want a divorce.
they've had to put his little pussy ass in his own cell.
Fucking air. Oh, get out of here. I'm gonna go
Because he
to
was
the
getting fucked with
police
so
yoga
bad.
class. Pussy will be crawling everywhere. That's what you call God killing Buggy straight up town with what it is.
He thinks he is hilarious.
He'd
That
like get
crazy
killed in
fucking
these
Johnny
Arkansas,
Joker one, man.
Missouri,
Kentucky, man.
Jackson,
There's only one.
Tennessee.
His wife does
He'd like
down
to
there.
get
She
killed in
because she
these
impersonates
county
me.
farms.
They got over 400 and some, you know what I mean? Charges up on people. I'm like,
Brother, they
wow.
don't hear.
But I'm not going to court for all that
That's
shit.
that's
They're
one
just
reason I
wanting
had
to
my
get
heart
out.
attack was the
Dude,
county
I got
farm threw
all
my
those
subs in the
charges dropped,
trash.
like I told you. Fucking some dumb bitch.
Now it might
Just
be
wanna run her
changed. I
lips.
pray it has, because that's what
No,
killed me.
you know, in my lifetime, if I
You know,
ever
put
seen
me in
her,
a
I'm like the
seizure
little
for
kid
2
in the
days,
air.
and my friend
Dad
thought I was
teaching his son
playing,
well. When your
and they
girlfriend
let me
makes you mad,
seize for
just give
2
her an
days.
uppercut.
I'm proud of y'all guys too, man. I'm proud of
They
you
took
and
away
both, you know,
every
that
medicine.
I'm proud of what's his name myself.
The
It's come a
nurse
long
said I
way.
wasn't
I'm
allowed
gonna start
nothing,
refereeing
and
down here. I
through
signed
I
up with your
watched her
dad
pour
for
my.
kids.
I was
Got
on
my son a
benzos
referee.
even.
Derkie punches a kid for trying to double dribble.
My cousin, man, I just wasted
Yeah,
his break.
brother, I
Fucking
died
see
at
what
the
these
county
people are going to,
farm.
and they're the enemy,
I've got it on
administrator of the
paper. I was
computer.
in full
Because
renal and respiratory
that means they have
failure.
call control
My
of that
little
computer. They
sister
see
sat by my side for
sitting there
3
watching,
days
you
while
know,
I was
like
on a
have
respirator.
sex, all that shit, dude.
Damn,
I
for
was in
real,
a
no,
coma
they
for
called the
3
Wild
weeks
Bunch.
on
That might get
dialysis.
me one of them memberships now.
We got a cougar up here tonight, boys.
They were giving me
And
morphine to just ease me, to try to bring bring me back into the world.
Brian don't like that, boy. I don't like to call him much. I call him Brian.
He calls you stick bug.
It took me over a month to move my fucking right side
We laugh
again.
at this shit, and like you said, that's just fans trying to point a
And
bunch of
nobody
shit
knows
back
what
to
was
somebody
wrong
and
with
say,
me because everybody just
Church owes a lot
abandoned
to
me,
Derkie. A lot.
except my sister, and
yeah,
just
man, he's funny as fuck, buddy. And
I don't know nothing. But one day my mom and dad come pick me up.
Oh, hell no. You can jump on my coattails now.
I don't know
brother.
where the paperwork, much of it is.
You know, put Taylor Swift
I
out
got
there
a
at
stint
safety.
now.
Let
I don't
Josh
know if it's
Allen have it.
1 or 3.
That's the third female he's hypothetically beat up in his head over the last 10 minutes.
I had to wear one of them goddamn vests around me that shock you. Even when I came home for like 6 months. And my roommate said when I was asleep, sometimes he'd hear that some bitch go off, and I'd just be bouncing off the wall back there.
What a halftime show that would be. The smoke clears and there's Derkie with his
I
finger
did,
up his
Captain,
nose.
and they
Kirk's
said
trying
I
to steal
refused
both
medical
fields.
help.
Sue Bob running around hollering.
I didn't know what I was saying. I mean,
When I watched that,
I told them I might could make it 4 days, and sure enough, I made it about 4.5.
Somebody please concept a dictionary upside his head.
And Shakira, she is known as a god. She on her own island.
And I tried to sue them, and they said that I refused to help.
You know what I gave her? The bird and another bird. Did not this bird ever.
Well, from everything I've been
He
told,
talks the worst about the women
you
that
don't
broke
give
his
the
little
rules
heart.
when you go to jail. You're not asked anything. You're there,
Shakira
baby.
is known as a goddess.
It's up to them to take care of you and see that you're
21
safe.
feet.
You're under their possession like a babysitter. If they listened to what you said, it'd be a lot different. Since when did they go to listening what somebody said?
The first time the second time I ever got to, you know. I saw her.
It was over child
Went
support.
everywhere when I was locked up. Then fucking got up. We went to New York. You know what I mean? When I went to New York, there she fucking was walking with 20 bodyguards. I was like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
If I hadn't,
went through a warp zone and found a new level.
if I didn't have kids, I would go to the lawyer and get a do not resuscitate clause in case they ever go back over it. That they, hey motherfuckers, you want to fuck with me this time? You're gonna have to kill me. And it's gonna be on your shoulders.
Kiss her ass, drink a fucking
I know it's not
gallon of
gonna
piss,
bother you,
see where
but
it come from. She makes Taylor Swift look like a dog turd, man. The ghost of what's his name that lives in his house.
Yeah, if I didn't have kids, I would fully have
You
a
see how
do
fast
not
I grabbed that
resuscitate
guitar?
policy.
I called 3 inches for a hit the ground. Any one of these people, I got out in the street, in the middle of the street, back and smack my hands on and kiss the street. I said, come out here and get in it, mother. You got a gun. I handed my gun to an old lady who left in her truck.
I'm not some old lady. I'm your mama and your girlfriend.
Come on. It's ain't about you. It's been about me. You sold my buddy drugs that made him mentally retarded, and now he is almost dead. I did more than the police do for these people.
What
police
happened
thank
to
you
the
for your
boy in the
service, Officer
wheelchair?
Look, you call
His
state
brother
police
that
100 times. You
he
know what they're
used to
gonna do?
be a
You
regular
could shoot
character.
somebody
Did
out
he
there.
get beat
They
up,
would set up
shot?
Rick and Morris.
Did he
Set up
go into a
again.
coma or
Set up Rick and
something? Or
Morris. Die again. Set up Rick and Morris.
did he do some of
Before
that
they wouldn't even hear
was
about it.
dope shit?
Oh,
Go psychotic.
You want to run your mouth so much, you get the 357. Or you lucky you got the block. I'm buying my guns with food stamps. My mom wants an AK-47. My mother
He
wants that.
shot Suboxone in his neck.
Get
Kind of
down.
infection.
She said, I want you to learn to
And it crippled his ass.
And over 13 officers shoot themselves. You could use that for a
Oh my
coyote call.
God.
You probably kill 500. I swear. They call Cody right in.
I bet you that Suboxone, like I've shot up in my veins in my hands before, not Suboxone, cocaine. And
That's not even good. If you're getting laid while
I've
stealing
tried to
diapers,
shoot
would I
up
even wanna be in
Xanax
there?
before, and
Getting laid.
I bet the same thing happened. It clotted.
So much ignorance.
It's not, and it wouldn't go on through.
I'm the 80s, baby. I'm the last of the real generation.
When you say it's karma, boss.
2023, you got dicks on women. See what my channel consists of, dude? Comedy, not hate.
Oh yeah, straight comedy on
That's
this one. Of course, he
crazy
wants to
though,
forget
man.
about all the
I
women
mean,
he's
he
been
went.
beating on this stream.
He tried one with no bush. That's why he stick to the bush. He said bush keeps that smell down, Derkie. I'm one of the most thick-skinned, the only strong-minded motherfuckers you ever meet.
It must be that thick skin. That's
Oh my
threatening to
God!
shoot you
Now,
and sue
okay,
you over
that's
words on the screen.
He was like, dude, you
that's
can
real
holler,
karma.
you listen to
Yeah,
people.
that's the real deal, ain't it?
Yeah, it puts me somewhere else.
That's odd because when I hear you sing, I want to be somewhere else.
Because of everything my daddy got left behind for me, they took.
Beat up and robbed him, and now he's in that kind of shape. He must have got like must have got an infection in his spinal cord or some shit. That's nearly a direct like spite from
See,
God.
I thought that was Pink
And
Floyd
then,
said
dude,
Rick
Jake,
from the
you're
Law.
trying to shoot up and you motherfucker
I
go
take
cripple.
3 when I wake up. I'll take it. My doctor just upped them because of all what's been going on.
Doctor, you know what I mean? I can't take it. Donald Moses heaps giving me hell. Please give me more Xanax.
You think you don't watch this shit?
Man, there's not
You said the
enough
biggest fucking
Xanax
case you
out
ever seen.
there
My brother
to
watches
take
it.
to
Like,
calm
watch
me
it.
down. I
Take
just
your
get
mask
fucked
off.
up.
Anybody
Start
that mother,
doing crazy
any one of you
shit.
that took a flu vaccine, stay away from
Never
me.
stole shit
I
in my
had to take
life.
my Xanax.
But the same
Tried
old
it on.
story. When you take them
Said it was
Xanax, you
5
think a
nasty
shitload
crazy.
of them. You
get
think for
tired,
some
man.
reason,
Doctor said that. You ever had brains all over your face?
if you want something, you can just pick it
You
up.
never have brains on your face. You never have brains in your head.
Man, it's not something you ever. It's something you can't.
It doesn't even
He
register.
said, yeah, I'm so poor. I got the dog off to feed the cat. Oh, where did I come up with this shit, guys?
I've never got a full-blown
My son, baby,
infection,
you can't stand
but
up
I've had
on
that,
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
what's
I'll
it
drop
called?
kick 'em up.
Cotton,
You know what I mean? You need to look at it. You gotta get the vaccine.
cotton fever.
You back down, mother.
And definitely never shot up in my neck.
We just use him to fucking
Or
took our
I've
numbers.
seen,
I
I
got
have watched
injuries,
motherfuckers
like
shoot meth up
PTSD.
under their eyes.
I could
And then
easily trip
they
up
pull their little
audience member. You see what I'm
eyeball,
saying?
eyelash.
I'm not sure.
What am I trying to say? They pull their fucking
He's not stable enough to do stand-up comedy.
eyelashes or whatever
Well, so
down. They shoot up in under or in their
You know what I
eyes.
mean? If I
I've
ever
seen
seen
them.
one, come to my show or something, I'll be like, yeah.
And
will
of
not
course the
even
toes. I've
leave my
seen
mama
people do
more
them
than 3
between
hours
toes.
before she just lost her husband. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not showing my mom.
And that's why we know that he's never had a job.
You can't eat your meat if you don't
It
have
seems
any
to me if
protein.
Suboxone was
Okay.
so good
How
to
can
shoot
you
up,
eat your
more
meat
people
if you
would
don't
be
get the
abusing
protein?
it like
Alex,
that.
give me that protein.
But obviously,
You set it
you
on my
see why
face.
they don't. The man's in a wheelchair.
Ride the tongue, bitch. fan base, as you can see, the fans are, I love the appreciation in the room tonight. Thank you guys. But that's what I want to see right there. That's love, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I want to see here. I don't want to see all this animosity.
I don't know why it's not letting our messages. I'm completely fine with
We might see one thing.
the pool.
That's love right there for each other.
Yet again, a failed attempt at the Jimi Hendrix saying.
Not somebody trying to be more mighty or dominant than the other. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They're all equal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The up church, you know what I mean? You should have never done it, man. Your keep was your signature thing, man. You know what I mean? And everybody agrees with me on that. That was one of their signature things was known for. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Now,
Usually I mean, calling up, that's usually Ryan. You know what I mean? I don't want to get in that right now.
He told his boy Ryan, you know, don't fix your teeth. I'm never going to fix mine.
But still.
oh my goodness!
I know you're not at mine working for America. That is Joe Manchin bullshit right there. That's why I won't release a song right now because I'm done with Joe.
Man, if that didn't know a damn incentive, but that's just dumbass. I mean, that's like taking a ton on shit.
That's the main reason that Derkie's not going to try to one up Oliver.
Or saying, no, I need to get fucked up so bad. Let's just start shooting up Benadryl for Christ's sake.
Go check out Draven's new song, Letter to Suboxone, people. Why do you think our bunker in West Virginia is the closest thing to the president? To the woods protected by hillbillies.
Mr. President, DC's under attack. What should we do? Well, does Derkie still have his Glock? Then take him straight to Boone County.
I just know my shit. The flag should be upside down right now for letting it happen. You know the white family got blamed for the pill epidemic in West Virginia? 2.9 million people.
That's why they don't want to do it, so because their doctors will see it, right? That's the whole deal of doing it in between your toes, eyeballs, and shit. Well, also, I imagine you can bust up so many veins.
For me impersonate one of you, I would not want to impersonate one of you.
I have shot up, but not a whole lot.
But I've church just told you. He just fucking got himself, he's ready to fight. I seen a video where he's going to fight, you know what I mean? The Ryan done pumped himself up, you got scared or something? Man, now you're getting scared. Don't get scared. No,
I don't do it anymore, obviously.
Scared now, I know you.
Derkie making fun of somebody for being scared to fight as he wears.
What does Derkie shoot up? Literally anything he can get his hands on?
Swear to God.
I can't believe they're shooting Suboxone up there.
Now, I promise you this. And he's like, yeah, holler, boy, holler, holler, whatever. That song got me all that attention. He understood that, man. That fucking drama, man. He knows what I mean. Being in that spotlight, y'all don't ever want to be in, I promise you. It's fucking annoying. I guarantee Kobe Bryant can pop up their fucking desk. I get mad at fans and shit sometimes asking me for autographs.
That's crazy.
You regular people couldn't handle the fame of being Tupac, Kobe, Derkie.
Captain Midnight, I think they might not just like us too much because they can't make any money off of us as much.
That's why the Walton was white.
Shit don't bug us.
People around the world.
This boy is just a picture of safety.
Junior owns it all. Everything around me, Junior owns.
I mean,
Junior
I gotta give this Derkie one bit of respect.
Stay in school.
He loves in a sick, non-supportive way.
You should be very active in their life.
He loves the shit out of that boy he is. And he's proud as hell of that boy he is. That boy is all he has.
From a guy who has never seen two of his kids and barely sees the other.
Okay,
Moses just said he's got more than one. But he's probably had opportunity.
Yeah, because you're buying drugs.
No, this is my vacation. My vacation is here last time here to me. I said, vacation's asked. I said, what time? I said, women.
He's probably had the opportunity to spend more time with his kids and stuff. And he said, no, I'd rather run around.
Dada's teaching him well. First dehumanize.
I wish I would like to say he genuinely loves his son.
Women.
I would like to think he
does.
does.
Saying you got the women thing here, the comedy. They ain't laughing. They're fucking bitching. I've had COVID. They're positive. Delta COVID. was in Virginia. I had a fever of like 103.
Maybe he's just so
Not telling
sick
me
in the
I was
head and
positive.
shit, man. That
In other words, you took a COVID test and was too stupid to figure out the results.
the best
And I went to
that's the
fucking
best he
work.
can
They
give.
said she Kentucky.
Quite obviously.
Who does something like that? But yeah, guys, I'm over here. My
Then at the
fucking
same
yeah,
hand, he's
it's sad
fucking too
because
worried
my
about
dad used to throw
what
some
everybody
fucking
else
water.
thinks about him than being a father.
He should have held you under for about 10 minutes.
And
You know
it
what I mean?
sounds
I'm
like
trying
he's
to
had
stay
chances.
isolated away from my mama. You know what I mean?
I bet she tries harder to stay away from you.
Because pneumonia itself is 10 times deadlier. Everybody, a good night, like every time I end this. I hope everybody prays for tomorrow.
Got a fever of 103. Come on, baby.
Very
My name
true.
is Sister Monica
Very
Claire.
true.
I do feel like TikTok helps me to achieve the
It
mission that
sounds
God
like
put
he's
me on
had the
this
opportunity
earth to
to
do.
do so.
Everything I do is in
I mean,
service
I
to
know
the
my
world,
ex,
and
especially one of
nothing
my
has brought me
ex-wives,
greater joy
she would
than
say,
that.
hell no, I'll feed him. You're not
In
coming around.
2013, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children,
But he's
known as
probably been
NCMEC,
called and begged to
received
help.
approximately
You know, please help, Derkie,
1,380
please.
cyber tips per day.
He can come stay the
By
weekend, the week.
2023, just 10
Man, I
years
would.
later, the
If
number of
one
cyber
of my
tips has
ex-wives
risen
called and
to
said that,
100,000
you can see
reports
your
a
boy
day.
for the week, or, you know, I.
That's 100,000 daily reports of child sexual abuse material, also known as CSAM. In recent years, we've also seen an explosion in the
Yeah, but I
so-called
hate to say it,
financial
Captain Midnight, it sounds
sextortion,
like you don't even
in
know him
which a
enough to
predator
live to
uses a
him.
fake social media account to trick a minor into sending explicit photos or videos,
But, like we
then
were
threatens to
talking,
release them unless the victim sends money. In 2021, NCMEC received a total of
he's
139
so off in
reports
the
of
head, he probably
sextortion.
could live vicariously.
2021. In 2023, through the end of October alone, this number skyrocketed to more than 22,000.
I see, yeah.
More than a dozen children have died by suicide after becoming victims of this crime.
Not what Junior's really
This
up to,
disturbing
but what
growth
he
in
thinks
child sexual
Junior's, what he
exploitation
thinks
is driven by
Junior's up
one
to,
thing: changes in technology.
or can do, or whatever.
In 1996, the world's best-selling cell phone was the Motorola StarTAC. While groundbreaking at the time, the
Like,
clamshell
he
style
really
cell
has no
phone wasn't much
conscience or
different from
nothing,
a
does he?
traditional phone. It allowed users to make and receive calls and even receive text messages. But
And
that was about it.
I think it goes
Fast
deeper
forward to today.
than the drugs. If it wasn't
Smartphones are in the
drugs, it'd
pockets
be
of seemingly every
something
man,
else he
woman,
would
and
be
teenager on the
stealing
planet.
and greedy about.
Like the
You know, he's
StarTAC
out,
today, today's
they're all for
smartphones allow
themselves.
users to make and receive calls and text. But they can also take photos and
I
videos,
think that
support live
movie might
streaming,
depict a
and
better
offer
picture
countless
than what we
apps.
think.
With the touch of your finger, that smartphone that can entertain and inform you can become a back alley where the lives of your children are damaged and destroyed. These apps have changed the ways we live, work, and play. But as investigations have detailed, social media and messaging apps have also given predators powerful new tools to sexually exploit children. Your carefully crafted algorithms can be more powerful force on the lives of our children than even the most best-intentioned parent. Discord has been used to groom, abduct, and abuse children. Meta's Instagram helped connect
he's
and promote
convinced
a network
himself.
of
He's
pedophiles.
worldwide known,
Snapchat's
you know.
disappearing messages
And
have
like
been
when he thought he was
co-opted by
talking to that little
criminals
kid,
who
hey, this is
financially
Derkie
extort
from your
young
favorite
victims.
movie. How are you doing?
TikTok has become a, quote, platform of choice for predators
I
to
might let
access,
my kids
engage,
watch
and
that
groom
movie
children
for one reason.
abuse. And the
What
prevalence
not
of
to do.
CSAM on X has grown as the company has gutted its trust and safety workforce.
10-4,
Today, we'll hear
Captain.
from the CEOs of those companies. They are not only the tech companies that have contributed to this crisis,
Son,
they are
kids,
responsible for
boys,
many of the
this
dangers
is
our
how
children face
you
online.
don't act.
Their
This is
design
what
choices,
you don't do.
their failures to adequately invest in trust and safety, their constant pursuit of engagement and profit over basic safety have all put our kids and grandkids at risk.
They're doing
Coincidentally,
you probably know, Captain, because you probably
several of
follow
these
the news
companies
more, but
implemented common sense child safety improvements
they're really
within
talking
the
about these
last week,
scammers online like
days
him and stuff.
before
That's what
their
CNN's
CEOs would have to
talking
justify
about
their
now,
lack of action before this committee.
or Forbes.
But the tech industry alone is not to blame for the
Social media
situation we're in.
CEOs testify
Those of
before
us in
Senate
Congress need to look in the
Judiciary
mirror.
Committee
In
about online child
1996, the
safety.
same year the Motorola StarTAC was flying off shelves, and years before social media went mainstream, we passed Section
See, I don't
230
see
of
how
the
people like
Communications Decency
Cyrex
Act.
and that Larson
This
aren't
law
just straight up in
immunized
jail for
the then
even.
fledgling internet platforms from
I thought
liability
once
for
that internet
user-generated
child porn
content.
shit goes through to your computer,
Interesting, only one other
you're
industry
guilty
in
as fuck.
America
Because my
has an
ex-wife's
immunity
dad
from
was
civil
a
liability. We'll leave that for
cyber
another day.
detective or whatever, and
For
he
the
worked at the
past 30
police
years,
department.
Section 230 has remained
And
largely unchanged,
he did
allowing
forensics
big
on
tech to go into the
computers
most
and
profitable
caught child
industry in the
predators
history
and
of
shit.
capitalism without fear of liability for unsafe practices.
And they
That
would have
has to
computers
change.
steadily
Over the
running,
past year, this committee
you
has
know,
unanimously
watching what was coming
reported
in and
5
out
bills
of
that would
the.
finally hold tech companies accountable for child sexual exploitation on their platforms.
What was coming out of
Unanimous.
one of the
Take a look at the composition and membership of the
ISPs
Senate Judiciary
from
Committee,
that town.
and imagine, if you will, those
And of course,
anything we could
the
agree on
porn video,
unanimously.
child porn
These
videos
5 bills
will have checksums or
were
whatever, and they'd
object
match
of
them up,
agreement.
and you know.
One of these bills is by Stop CSAM Act. Critically, it would
He
let
said one
victims
time they found a guy that
sue
had
online providers
around
that
here in
promote or
Arkansas.
aid and
Said they
abet
found a
online
guy,
child sexual
old man,
exploitation,
had like
or that hosts
3
or stores
friggin'
CSAM.
internet lines
This
coming in
stand
his
against
house,
online child sexual
gigs and
exploitation
gigs
is
of the shit, and
bipartisan
this was
and
years ago.
absolutely necessary. Let this hearing be a call to action that we need to get kids' online safety legislation to the president's desk. I now turn to the ranking member, Senator Graham.
He's not gonna stop until he goes
Thank
to
you, Mr.
jail.
Chairman.
I
The
mean, the
Republicans
right
will
cop
answer the
sees
call.
that, they're gonna say,
All of us,
we're gonna run a real
every one of
sting.
us, is ready to work with you and our
And
Democratic
it
colleagues
seems like
on
the
this committee
evidence
to
should
prove
be
to the
enough to
American people,
warrant
while
at
Washington
least
is
an
certainly broken,
investigation.
there's a ray of hope.
I
And
mean,
it is
that's a
here.
real
It
fucking
lies
predator
with
out
your
there running
children.
loose.
After years of working on this issue with you and others, I've come to conclude the following. Social media companies, as they are currently
It
designed
needs to be recorded and
operate,
turned into
are dangerous
darkies
products.
before somebody's little kid
They're
it
destroying
happens
lives,
to, and his ass
threatening
is on the
democracy
block.
itself.
Literally, his
These
head's on the
companies
block.
must be reined in,
Because when he
or the
hurts
worst is
somebody's
yet to
little
come.
kid, it's not gonna be funny anymore. For a
Gavin
lot of
Duffy
different reasons.
is a representative, Republican representative from South
Because
Carolina,
there's a lot of people that all they
from the
have
Rock Hill
is their
area.
kids, and
To all the victims who came and showed us
you
photos of
don't
your
fuck
loved
with
ones, don't
somebody if
quit.
that's all they got.
It's working. You're making a difference.
Yeah,
Through
I
you,
hear
we'll
you,
get to
Captain.
where we need to go, so other people won't have to show a photo of their
Social
family.
justice might need to be taken on.
The
you know.
damage to your family's been done. Hopefully, we can take your pain and turn it into something positive, so nobody else has to hold up a sign. Gavin's son got online to Instagram and was tricked by a group in Nigeria that put up a young lady posing to be his girlfriend. And as things go at that stage in life, he gave her some photos, compromising sexual photos. And it turned out that she was part of a extortion group in Nigeria.
That's
They
one of them
threatened the
groups
young
there
man
where they want
that
you
if you
fucking,
don't
they
give us
want
money,
an
we're going to
Apple
expose these
card or
photos.
a
He gave her
prepaid
money,
card
but it
or
wasn't
something.
enough.
But
They
they won't
kept
talk to
threatening
you
and he killed
verbally.
himself.
They'll talk to you text all
They
day
threatened
night.
Mr. Duffy and a son. These are bastards by any known definition. Mr.
Used to,
Zuckerberg,
Captain Midnight,
you
back
and the
to the
companies
situation
before
on
us, I
him.
know you
Used
don't
to, I
mean
imagine they
it to
would,
be so, but you
by
have blood
now,
on your
they'd
hands.
probably
You
have
have a
either
product.
legally or illegally
You have a product
sterilized his
that's killing
ass.
people. When we had cigarettes killing people, we did something about it. Maybe
There
not
was
enough.
these
You're
queen,
going to
you know
talk
how the
about
queens
guns?
and
We have the
kings
ATF.
in old
Nothing
England, how they
here.
would
There's not a
inbreed like a
damn thing
motherfucker.
anybody can do about it.
Forget
You
if it
can't
was
be
like
sued.
King James the
Now,
Third or some
Senator
shit. But anyway,
Blumenthal
one
and
of the
Blackburn, who's
kings
been like the
had
dynamic duo
such
here, have found emails from your
Inbreeding,
company where they warned you about this
that
stuff,
his
and you decided
face
not to
was
hire
made
45 people
and
that
his
could do
jaw
a
was
better
not
job of
lined up
policing this.
to
So
where
the
he
bottom line
literally
is
looked
you
like the
can't be
Joker or
sued. You
something. His
should be.
motherfucking chin came up
And these emails would be great for punitive
and out.
damages.
People had to
But the
feed him.
courtrooms
He couldn't feed
closed,
himself.
every American abused by all the
And
companies in front of me.
it's like one
Of
of
all the people in
number,
America
it's
we
one
could
of the
give
higher
blanket
traits
liability protection
of
to,
deep,
this would
deep
be the last
inbreeding.
group I would pick.
That's what that motherfucking Cyrex's
It is now
motherfucking
time
mouth and shit looks
to
like.
repeal Section
The structure
230.
of his face
This
looks
committee is
like
made up of ideologically
generations
most
of
different
inbreeding.
people you
And
could
I'm not
find.
being funny.
We've come together through your leadership, Mr. Chairman, to
That
pass
judge,
5
that
bills to deal with the
that
problem of exploitation of children. I'll talk
King's
about them in depth in a
pictures,
little
they
bit.
said
The bottom
the
line
people
is
that
all
he
these
would
bills have met
commission
the
to
same
paint
fate.
would touch up,
They go
you know,
nowhere.
would
They
not
leave the
really
committee and
paint
they
him.
die.
A real picture
Now,
of him.
there's
They would
another
smooth
approach.
up the face,
What do you do
jaws.
with dangerous products? You either allow lawsuits, you have statutory protections to protect consumers, or you have a commission of sorts to regulate the industry in question, to take your license
thinks
away if
he
you have a
is.
license, to fine you.
Like you
None
said,
of that
he just
exists
needs
here.
stomped.
We live in America in 2024 where there is no regulatory
Don't look
body
like you
dealing
take
with the most
much.
profitable, biggest companies in the history of the world. They can't be sued, and there's not one law on the book that's meaningful protecting the American consumer. Other than that, we're in a good spot. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think after this hearing today,
Well, true.
we're
True,
gonna
a
put a
kid
lot of
in
pressure
real
on our
life would be
colleagues,
scared shitless.
leadership of the
If I was
Republican
little and would
Democratic
have saw
Senate,
him, I would
to
have
let
said,
these
"What the
bills
fuck
get
is
to the
up
floor
with
and
that?
vote.
That you know, that's a
And I'm
monster."
going to go
mom,
down
Dad.
starting in a couple of weeks, make unanimous
Go to the
requests,
little
unanimous
carnival.
consent request to do
You'd
CSAM,
expect to
do
see
the
him
Earn It
taking
Act,
tickets.
do your bill, do all of the bills, and you can be famous, come and object. I'm going to give you a chance to be famous. Now, Elizabeth Warren and Lindsey Graham have almost nothing in common. I promised her I would say that publicly. The only thing worse than me doing a bill with Elizabeth Warren is her doing a bill with me.
Oh God, it'd scare me now if his
We have
face
sort
came
of
out of the
parked
palm
that.
ass dark.
Because Elizabeth and I see an abuse here that needs to be dealt with. Senator Durbin and I have different political philosophies, but I appreciate what you've done on this committee. You've been a great partner to all
Flat
of our Democratic
piss my
colleagues.
pants, man.
Thank you
All of
very,
a
very
sudden out
much.
the
To my
dark, I look
Republican
up and
colleagues,
there's that. God
thank you all
damn,
very,
yeah.
very much. Save the applause for when we get a
And if you
result.
look at Larson's
It's all
chin
talk right now.
and his
There'll
jaw,
come a day. If we
it's kind
keep
of
pressing
similar down there.
to get the right answer for the American people. What is that
But it
answer?
doesn't have
Accountability.
that Pharaoh swoop
Now, these
thing.
products have an
And that's
upside.
what the inbreeding
You've enriched
thing
our
is.
lives in many ways. Mr. Zuckerberg, you created a product I use. The idea, I think, when you first came up with this, be able to talk to your friends and your family and pass on your life, to be able to have a place where you could talk to your friends and family about good things going on in life. And I use it. We all use it. There's an upside to everything here.
I love that
But the dark side
episode
hasn't been
where
dealt
he
with.
put the
It's
motherfucking
now time to
Halloween
deal with
mask
the dark
on. He
side
was
because
walking
people have
around like he
taken
was
your
so
idea
hardcore.
And they've turned it into a nightmare for the American people. Had a
Something he
great
gave different
discussion
price
about
on him.
how maybe Larry Ellison through Oracle can protect American data from
Larson's scary
Chinese
looking
communist
too.
influence.
He's more weird looking.
But TikTok, your representative in Israel,
That
quit
boy's
the
done
company
everything he
because
can
TikTok is
to
being
try to get
used
help. And
in a way to basically destroy the Jewish
no, he's
state.
got help, and he just won't let nobody help him.
This is not just about individuals. I worry that in 2024, our democracy will be
Derkie
attacked
Myers,
again
good
through
one.
these platforms by foreign actors.
Yeah,
We're exposed.
Yep, I know, Kevin.
And AI is just starting. So to my colleagues, we're here for a reason. This committee has a history of being tough, but also doing things that need to be done. This committee has
God,
risen
those
to the
people make a
occasion.
lot of money off this
There's more that we
YouTube.
can do. But to the
Midnight.
members of this
That's what I
committee,
was saying.
let's
You're talking
insist
about
that our
earlier.
colleagues rise to the occasion also.
YouTube is what
Let's make sure that
text,
in
not quite, but
118th
what those tech
Congress,
stocks were in the
we
late
have
90s.
votes that would fix this problem. All you can do
I've heard
is
people on
cast
those
your
channels
vote
say, which,
at the end
you
of
know,
the day, but you
everybody's going
can
to say
urge the
this kind of
system
shit to get
to
you to
require
watch the
others
channel,
to cast their vote.
They
Mr.
said it
Chairman,
ain't
I will
much of
continue
nothing
to work with you and
for
everybody
somebody
on
to
this
be making
committee
100 grand
to have a
month.
day of reckoning on the floor of the United States Senate. Thank you.
It's all about
Thank you, Senator
knowing
Graham.
what to tag
Today
and
we
to get
welcome
people
5 witnesses whom I'll introduce now. Jason
content,
Citron, the
I guess.
CEO of Discord Incorporated. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Meta. Evan Spiegel, the co-founder and CEO of Snap Incorporated. Shou Chu, the CEO of TikTok. And Linda Yaccarino, the CEO of X Corporation, formerly known as Twitter. I will note for the record
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Zuckerberg
Yes, sir.
and
I
Mr.
believe so. I
Chu
believe it's a
are
good
appearing
time
voluntarily.
too.
I am disappointed that our other witnesses did not offer that same degree of cooperation.
I
Mr.
just don't
Citron,
have the
Mr.
content.
Spiegel, and
I
Ms.
just,
Yaccarino are here
literally,
pursuant
and
to
if I
subpoenas.
did, I don't have the
And
means
Mr.
of
Citron only
getting it
accepted
on there.
service
You
of
know,
this
my
agreement
phone's not
after
good
U.S.
enough, the
Marshals
connection's not
were
good
sent to
enough, this,
Discord's
that.
headquarters at taxpayers' expense. I hope this is not a sign of your commitment or
Yeah,
lack of
I
commitment
feel
to
you.
addressing the serious issue before us. After I swear in the
Don't,
witnesses, each witness will have 5 minutes to make an opening
yo,
statement. Then senators
don't
will ask
bet your life
questions in
on
an
it,
opening
but
round, each of 7 minutes.
shit,
I expect to
I
take a
would
short
settle
break at
for a
some point
couple.
during questioning
I
to
would
allow the
settle for
witnesses
100
to
or
stretch
200
their
a
legs.
month, or just
If anyone is in need of a
anything
break
to
at any
help.
point, please let my staff know. Before I turn to the
And I
witnesses,
tell
I'd
you,
also
when I
like to
looked
take a
at the
moment to
analytical
acknowledge
part,
that this hearing has
I'm
gathered a
there
lot of
with
attention, as
everything
we
but
expected.
fucking
We have a
followers.
large
If I had
audience, the
500
largest I've seen
followers,
in this
I
room
could start
today.
monetizing.
I want to
I've
make
had that
clear,
much
as
go
with
through
other
traffic
Judiciary
and
Committee
stuff.
hearings, we ask people to behave
Thanks to you
appropriately.
guys.
I know there is high emotion in this room for justifiable reasons, but I ask you to please follow the traditions of the committee. That means no standing, shouting, chanting, or applauding witnesses. Disruptions will not be tolerated. Anyone who does disrupt the hearing will be asked
I
to leave.
just don't wanna.
The witnesses are here today to address a serious topic. We want to hear what
Can
they
you
have to
do
say.
merch
I
and
thank you
not
for your cooperation.
and not
Could all of the witnesses
be
please
to the
stand to be
point
sworn
of,
in?
you know, the other stuff yet?
Do you affirm
Cool.
the testimony you're about to give
Membership.
before the committee will be the truth,
I'm
the whole truth,
almost
and
where I
nothing
can
but
do the
truth, so help
sticker
you God?
thing, I think.
Give your Valentine the gift of Russell Stover chocolates. Make happy.
Let the record reflect that all the witnesses have answered
See,
in
dude,
the
my life
affirmative.
would change
Mr. Citron,
if I
please
could just
proceed with
if
your
I could
opening
just
statement.
make 2 out of 4 child supports every month
Good morning.
and not have to worry about it every day.
My name is Jason Citron, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Discord. We are an American company with about 800 employees
You
living
feel
and
me?
working
Just a
in
small,
33
steady
states.
income to take a load
Today,
off.
Discord
I
has
can't
grown
get
to
a
more than
job right
150
now
million monthly
because
active
I'm
users.
in the middle of disability.
Discord is a communications platform where friends hang out and talk online about shared interests.
And
From
I'm not
fantasy
too
sports
ashamed to say
to
this.
writing music
I'm not in the
to
physical
video
shape
games.
anymore to go out and just
I've been playing video
ask
games since I was
somebody,
5
"Can I
years
help
old.
you?" You know,
And as a kid,
and work under the
it's how I had
table a few
fun
days.
and found
I can't do
friendship.
that anymore.
Many of my fondest memories are of playing video games with friends. We built Discord so that anyone could build friendships playing video games,
This
from
is like a cry
Minecraft
and
to
complaint
Wordle
situation.
and
I'm
everything
just
in between.
say it, you know.
Games have always brought us together, and Discord makes that happen today. Discord is one of the many services that have revolutionized how we
And
communicate
then in
with each
Arkansas,
other in
if
the
you don't
different
pay out
moments
your child
of our
support,
lives.
right, they'll take your EBT
iMessage,
away.
Zoom,
So
Gmail,
you can't even eat.
and on and on.
How the fuck
They
you
enrich our
supposed to get to
lives,
work?
create communities, accelerate
Got food in
commerce,
your stomach,
healthcare,
but,
and
you know,
education. Just like with all technology and tools, there are people who exploit and abuse our platforms for immoral and illegal purposes. All of us here on the panel today and throughout the tech industry have a solemn and urgent responsibility to ensure that everyone who uses our platforms is protected from these criminals, both online and off.
I see what you're
Discord
saying.
has a
Because
special
basically that's all
responsibility to
everybody
do
else
that
has done
because
is
a lot of
found
our
somebody,
users are
you
young
know.
people. More than 60%
I hope
of
that's
our
not what
active
they're doing
users
to
are
my
between the
ass.
ages of 13 and 24. It's why safety is built into everything we do. It's essential to our mission.
Oh, well,
and our
if it
business.
is, I guess.
And
I'll
most of
definitely
all,
be
this is
monetized
deeply
in.
personal. I'm a dad with 2 kids. I want Discord to be a product
If
that
I
they
was
use
Durkee, I would be
and love,
damned if
and I
I
want
didn't
them to
figure
be
out a way
safe
to make
on
money off
Discord.
of it.
I want them to be proud of me for helping to bring this product to the world.
But nobody trusts him.
That's why I am pleased to be here today to
Well,
discuss
if he
the
did
important
say,
topic
I've got a
of the
good
online
product for
safety
sale,
of minors.
nobody would trust him.
My written testimony provides a comprehensive overview of our
Like
safety
I've tried
programs.
this,
Here are a
and I
few
still
examples
do.
of how we
You know, try to
protect
trade,
and empower
sell
young people.
cards.
First,
Because
we've put our money into safety.
I know I'm gonna go through with it.
The
I'm
tech
not
sector
willing
has
to
a
risk my
reputation
channel, you
of
know.
larger companies buying smaller ones
not
to
willing to
increase
risk
user
it.
numbers and
I've
boost
never met you,
financial
Captain,
results.
but I'm not willing to
But the
risk
largest
what you think
acquisition
about me.
we've ever made at Discord was a
I don't
company
want people
called
to think I have
Centropy.
no morals
It
and
didn't help us
ethics and
expand our
rip
market
people
share
off and
or
shit.
improve our bottom line. In fact, because it uses AI to help us identify, ban, and report criminals and bad behavior, it has actually lowered our user count by getting rid of bad actors. Second, you've heard of end-to-end encryption that blocks anyone, including the platform itself, from seeing users' communications. It's a feature on dozens of platforms, but not on Discord. That's a choice we've made. We don't believe we can fulfill our safety obligations if the text messages of teens are fully encrypted, because encryption would block our ability
True.
to investigate
That's
a serious
good point,
situation
Captain.
and, when appropriate, report to law enforcement. Third, we have a zero-tolerance policy on child sexual abuse material, or CSAM.
True.
We scan images uploaded to Discord to detect and block the sharing of this abhorrent material. We've also built an innovative tool, Teen Safety Assist, that blocks explicit images and helps young people easily report unwelcome
I'm
conversations.
still open. I don't have any.
We've also developed a new semantic hashing technology for detecting novel forms of CSAM called CLIP, and we're sharing this technology with other platforms through the Tech Coalition. Finally, we recognize that improving online safety requires all of us to work together. So we partner with nonprofits, law enforcement, and our tech colleagues to stay ahead of the curve in protecting young people online. We want to be the platform that empowers our users to have better online experiences, to build true connections, genuine friendships, and to have fun. Senators, I sincerely hope today is the beginning of an ongoing dialogue that results in real improvements in online safety. I look forward to your questions and to helping the committee learn more about Discord.
It's not enough.
Thank you, Mr. Citron. Mr. Zuckerberg.
It's going to take, like what you said, something.
Chairman Durbin, Ranking Member Graham.
I wonder if it would step on anybody's toes if I covered
teens and
Daniel
young people
Larson
do amazing
also.
things on our services. They use our apps to create new things, express themselves, explore the world around them, and feel more connected to
just
people they care about.
started covering
Overall,
like 2
teens
or
tell us
3.
that this is a positive part of their lives.
You know, I'm gonna
But
leave
some
Durkee
face
alone,
challenges
of course.
online, so we work hard to provide
That's not
parents
my
and teens
section.
support and controls to reduce potential harms. Being
I'm
a
gonna
parent
do
is one
that,
of the hardest
Captain.
jobs
That's
in the
great
world.
advice.
Technology gives us new ways to communicate with our kids and feel connected to their lives, but it can also make parenting more complicated. And it's important to me that our services are positive for everyone who uses them.
Captain,
We are on the
you
side
must
of
have
parents
your own
everywhere
channel
working hard to raise their
and have
kids.
it.
Over the last 8 years,
That's
we've
right.
built more
You
than
help.
30 different tools, resources,
You
and
help
features
little
that
man,
parents can
and
set
y'all
time
are
limits for their
monetized,
teens
I
using our
imagine.
apps, see who they're following, or if they report someone for bullying. For teens, we've added nudges that remind them when they've been using Instagram for a while, or if it's getting late and they should
Now,
go to sleep.
Captain, how do you
as well as ways
screen
to hide
record? Do
words
you
or people
use
without
like
those
your
people finding
built-in
out.
button, or do you
We
get a
put special
program?
restrictions on teen accounts on Instagram. By default, accounts for under 16s are set to private, have the most restrictive content settings, and can't be messaged by adults that they don't follow or people they aren't connected to. With so much of our lives spent on mobile devices and social media, it's important to look into the effects on teen mental health and well-being. I take this very seriously. Mental health is a complex issue, and the existing body of scientific work has not
God, I
shown a
feel
causal
bad.
link between using social media
Fuck.
and young people having worse mental health outcomes. A recent National Academies of Science report evaluated over 300 studies and found that research, quote, did not support the conclusion that social media causes changes in adolescent mental health at the population level, end quote. It also suggested that
Until
social
my
media can
medicine
provide
kicks in
significant
the
positive
mornings,
benefits
I
when young
feel
people use
like
it to
even
express
worse as
themselves,
shit.
explore and connect with others. Still, we're going to continue to monitor the research and use it to inform our roadmap. Keeping young people safe online has been a challenge since the internet began. And as
Okay, I've
criminals
got a
evolve
Chromebook
their
and I've got a
tactics,
desktop,
we have to evolve
and
our
I'm the same
defenses
way.
too.
I hate
We work closely with
using
law
a
enforcement
fucking
to
cell
find bad
phone to
actors and
do
help bring them
work.
to justice.
I hate it.
But the difficult
my
reality
hands
is that no matter how much we
won't
invest or how
cooperate
effective our
on
tools
these little
are,
screens and
there's
shit.
always more to learn and more improvements to make. But we remain ready to work with members of this committee, industry, and parents to make
But
the
yeah,
internet
I
safer
agree.
for everyone.
If you're gonna do anything,
I'm proud of the work
you're
that
not
our
gonna
teams
do it
do
on
to
the
improve
phone. I mean,
online child safety on our services and across the entire internet. We have around 40,000 people overall working on safety and security, and we've invested more than $20 billion in this
Windows
since
key,
2016, including around $5 billion in the
Cool.
last year alone. We have many teams dedicated to child safety and teen
Very
well-being, and we
nice.
lead
Thank
the
you,
industry in a
sir.
lot of the areas that we're discussing today. We build technology to tackle the worst
know
online
that.
risks and share it to
Didn't
help our
know
whole
that.
industry get better, like Project Lantern, which helps companies share data about people who break child safety rules, and we're founding members of Take It Down, a platform which helps young people prevent their nude images from being spread online. We also go beyond legal requirements and use sophisticated
my
technology to
Chromebook. It's
proactively discover
fast,
abusive material.
you know.
And as a result, we find and report
It's
more
stayed
inappropriate
fast,
content than anyone
it's
else
not
in the
brand
industry.
new, but
As the
it'll
National
still do
Center
new
for
stuff,
Missing and
you know,
Exploited
the newer
Children put it
programs.
this week,
To where
Meta
if I would've
goes,
bought a
quote,
Windows
above and
one at the
beyond
same
to make
time,
sure that there are
that
no
son of a bitch be
portions
out
of
of
their
date now,
network where this
probably.
type of
Probably
activity
wouldn't even
occurs, end
take
quote. I hope we can have a substantive discussion today that drives improvements across the industry,
My
including
desktop
legislation
is
that delivers what parents say they
decent
want.
Xeon
A
system
clear
I built.
system for age verification
I need a
and
better
control
video
over what
card. I've
apps
got a
their kids
4
are using.
gigabyte video card, but
3
it's
out of
a
4 parents
business
want
video
App Store
card.
age
It's the
verification.
Quadro
And 4 out of 5 want parental approval
G4
of whatever,
something, but it's not a.
whenever teens download
It's a
apps.
business card.
We support this.
It's not as much a gaming card.
Parents should have the final say on what
But
apps are
it'll
appropriate
still
for their
pull
children
the
and
some-
shouldn't
a
have
lot
to
of stuff
upload their
'cause
ID
it's so
every
high
time.
gigabyte.
That's what app stores are for. We also support setting industry standards on age-appropriate content and limiting signals for advertising to teens to age and location and not behavior. At the end of the day,
I'm running Windows
we want
10
everyone who uses our services
with all
to have safe
updates
and positive
service
experiences. Before I wrap up, I want to
I
recognize
don't
the
have a
families who
camera
are here
on my
today
desktop.
who've
I
lost
don't
a
have
loved one or
microphone.
lived through some
I don't
terrible
have
things that
any,
no
you know,
family
it
should have
logs
to
in.
endure.
It's not a user account.
These issues are
It
important for
goes
every parent
blank
and every platform.
to
I'm
just a
committed to
guest
continuing to
user.
work in these areas, and I hope we can make progress
It's
today.
about set up about as safe as one can be.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegel.
I'm sure it can still be hacked, but
Chairman Durbin, Ranking Member Graham, and members of the committee.
anything Microsoft.
Thank you
can
for
be
convening
hacked,
this
yeah.
hearing and for moving forward important legislation to protect children online. I'm Evan Spiegel, the co-founder and CEO of Snap.
So you're
We created
rich, bitch,
Snapchat,
Evan
an online
Spiegel. I've
service
heard
that
of
is used
him.
by more than 800 million people worldwide
I've
to
heard that
communicate
last
with their
name. I
friends and
think he was
family.
rich before he even
I know
came
that
up
many
with
of you have been working to protect children online since before Snapchat was created, and we are grateful for your long-term dedication to this cause and your willingness to work together to help keep our community safe. I want to acknowledge the survivors of online harms and the families who are here today who have suffered the loss of a loved one. Words cannot begin to express the profound sorrow I feel that a service we designed to bring people happiness and joy has been abused to cause harm. I want to be clear that we understand our responsibility to keep our community safe.
Or, you know, I'm not.
I also want to recognize
just
the many
listening.
families who have worked to raise awareness on these issues, pushed for change, and collaborated with lawmakers on important legislation like the Cooper Davis Act, which can help save lives.
Be honest,
I started
half
building
of it, I
Snapchat with my
haven't kept
co-founder
up
Bobby
and I
Murphy
don't
when I
even
was
know
20
what he's
years old.
talking about.
We designed Snapchat to solve some of the problems that we experienced online when we were teenagers. We didn't have an alternative to social media. That meant pictures shared online were permanent, public, and subject to popularity metrics. It didn't feel very good. We built Snapchat differently because we wanted a new way to communicate with our friends that was fast, fun, and private. A picture is worth 1,000 words, so people communicate with images and videos on Snapchat. We don't have public likes or comments when you share your story with friends. Snapchat is private by default, meaning that people need to opt in to add friends and choose who can contact them.
Appreciate it.
When we built Snapchat, we chose to have the images and videos sent through our service delete by
Thank you,
default.
sir.
Unlike prior generations who've enjoyed Like prior generations who have enjoyed the privacy afforded by phone calls, which aren't recorded, our generation has benefited from the ability to
really
share moments
appreciate
through
you
Snapchat
guys.
that may not be picture perfect, but instead convey emotion without permanence. Even though Snapchat messages are deleted by default, we let everyone know that images and videos can be saved by the recipient. When we take action on illegal or potentially harmful content, we also retain the evidence for an extended period, which allows us to support law enforcement and hold criminals accountable.
Somebody
To
really
help
died,
prevent the spread
guys?
of harmful content on Snapchat, we approve the content that is recommended on our service using a combination of automated processes and human review. We apply our content rules consistently and fairly across all accounts. We run samples of our enforcement actions through quality assurance to verify that we're getting it right. We also proactively scan for known child sexual abuse material, drug-related content, and other types of harmful content. Remove that content, deactivate and
feel
device
you.
block offending accounts, preserve
Does
the evidence for
anybody
law
know if
enforcement,
Derkie's
and
still in
report certain
jail?
content to the relevant authorities for further action.
God, I want to hear the
Last
first
year, we made
video when it gets
690,000
out.
reports to the National Center for Missing and
His
Exploited Children,
reasons.
leading to more than 1,000 arrests. We also removed 2.2 million pieces of drug-related content and
They
blocked
still haven't got 'em out.
705,000 associated accounts. Even with our strict privacy settings,
If I had
content
the
moderation
money,
efforts,
which if it was a
proactive
fifth, we'd all be
detection,
drunk.
and law enforcement
I
collaboration,
would bail his ass
bad
out,
things can still happen when
and I'd
people
rent
use
a
online
motel
services.
room for about 2 weeks.
That's why we believe that people under the age of 13
Get
are
you
not ready
guys,
to
and we'd do
communicate
nothing
on
but
Snapchat.
content and fuck with him
We
for about
strongly
2
encourage
weeks.
parents to use the device-level parental controls on iPhone and Android. We use them in our own household, and my wife
Did you
wife
know
approves
anybody
every app
that
that our
bailed him
13-year-old
out could
downloads.
own him?
For parents who want more visibility and control, we built Family Center in Snapchat, where you can view who your teen is talking to, review privacy settings, and set content
He
limits.
tried to kidnap a lesbian.
We have worked for years with members of
Holy
the Committee on
fuck.
Legislation like the Kids Online Safety Act and the Cooper-Davis Act, which we are proud
It
to
would
support.
just
I
give
want
him
to
the
encourage
motel
broader
room,
industry support
give
for
him a little bit of
legislation
money,
protecting children online.
get you know,
No
so he
legislation
can
is
get fucked
perfect,
up.
but some rules of the road
Give
are
him the
better than
camera
none.
and let him go.
Much of the work that we do to protect people that use our service would not be possible without the support of our partners across the industry,
Dang.
government, nonprofit organizations, NGOs, and in particular law enforcement
he
and the
might
first
be in
responders who have
the
committed their lives to helping
penitentiary.
keep people safe. I am profoundly grateful for the extraordinary efforts across our country and
If
around
I'm
the
not
world
mistaken,
to prevent criminals from using
kidnapping,
online
yeah,
services to perpetrate their
you
crimes.
can get out of jail
I
possibly
feel an
quicker
overwhelming
for
sense of
killing
gratitude for the
somebody if
opportunities
it's a
that this
passion
country
of
has
crime
afforded me and my
than
family.
kidnapping.
I
That's
feel a deep
serious
obligation
shit.
to give back and to make a positive difference, and I am grateful to be here today as part of this vitally
That's one of
important
those
democratic
crimes that
process.
people set out
Members of
ungodly
the committee,
numbers.
I give you my commitment that
And
we
he'll
will be
get in
part of
that
the solution
courtroom and
for
run
online
his
safety.
fucking mouth, and he'll
We will
get
be honest
10
about our
added onto it
shortcomings, and we will work
before
continuously
he
to
can
improve.
spend his, you know.
Thank you, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegel. Mr. Chu.
Chair Durbin, Ranking
I
Member
want a
Graham,
part of it.
and members of the
If I
committee.
could take a
I
goddamn
appreciate the
small
opportunity
business loan
to
out,
appear
it'd be
before you
worth
today.
it to get
My
him
name is
to
Shou
get
Chu,
access to
and I
him
am the
for about 2
CEO of
weeks.
TikTok, an online community of more than 1 billion people
And I'm not
worldwide,
talking about enough money
including
for
well
him to
over
go crazy. It
170
wouldn't
million
take it.
Americans.
Just enough
We
money
use
to
our
buy
app
him a
every
couple
month to create,
vape pens
to
and
share,
some
and to
drugs.
discover. Now, although the average age on TikTok in the US is over 30, we recognize that special safeguards are required to protect minors, and especially when it
But
comes to
he's
combating
probably
all forms
gone.
of CSAM. As a father of
I mean,
three
a
young
bail,
children
like
myself,
y'all
I
know
know
too, a
that the
bail's
issues that
just
we're
gonna get
discussing
him out
today
until a
are
court
horrific
date.
and the nightmare of every parent. I am proud of our efforts to address the threats to young people online,
But if
from a
it's,
commitment to
like
protecting
around
them
here,
to our industry-leading policies, use of innovative technology, and significant ongoing investments in trust and safety to achieve this goal. TikTok is vigilant about enforcing its 13 and up age policy and offers an experience for teens that is much more restrictive than you
I
and
know
would
around
have
here that if
as
you don't
adults.
go ahead and bond out, and if
We
you're a
make careful
dickhead,
product design
sometimes
choices
I've heard
to
of
help
them
make our
stretching
app
your case out,
inhospitable
and you
to
not
those
even
seeking to
knowing.
harm teens.
That when
Let
you
me give
ask
you a
them
few
when
examples
you're,
of long-standing
when you're going in front
policies
of the
that are unique
judge,
to TikTok. We
it
didn't
might
do
be
them
a
last
fucking
week.
month or so.
First, direct messaging is not available to any users under the age of 16.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah,
Second,
mustard.
accounts for people under 16 are automatically set to private along with their content. Furthermore,
Oh yeah,
the
it would.
content cannot be downloaded
Fuck yeah,
and
it
will
would.
not be recommended to people they do not know. Third, Every teen under
And I don't
18
think the boy's
has a
gay,
screen time
but
limit
he's
automatically,
his own.
automatically
He's
set
not
to
no
60
more worried
minutes.
about girls
And
than
fourth,
a fucking
only
My
people
boys at
18
1
and
years
above
old was
are allowed
more
to
worried
use our
about
live stream
females.
feature.
You could see them
I'm proud to say that
looking
TikTok
and smiling
was
at
among the
girls and
first
stuff
to
more.
empower parents to
He has
supervise
no
their
concern
teens
about that.
on our
Those-
app
His
with our family
testosterone
pairing
is zero
tools.
because everything
This
he puts in
includes
his
setting
body.
screen time limits, filtering out content from the teens'
And there's
feeds,
only so much time in
amongst
the
others.
day, I guess.
We made these choices after consulting with doctors and safety experts who understand
those
the
3
unique
chords
stages of teenage
and them
development
drugs are very
to ensure
important.
that we have the appropriate safeguards to prevent harm and minimize risk. Now, safety is one of the
Oh my
core
God.
priorities that defines TikTok under my leadership. We currently have more than 40,000 trust and safety professionals working to protect our
Oh my
communities globally.
God.
And we expect to invest more than
Brothers, y'all aren't kidding.
in trust and safety efforts.
Will he
this year
admit this
alone,
shit?
with a significant part of that in our U.S. operations.
Ooh.
Robust
Oh my God.
strictly prohibit
Didn't
content
know all
or
that,
behavior
but I'm
that
not
puts teenagers
shocked.
at risk of exploitation or other
Too
harm,
bad.
and we vigorously enforce them.
Oh my God.
Our technology
He's
moderates
been caught
all
doing it to
content
get
uploaded
some
to our
dope,
app
probably.
to help
hasn't he?
quickly identify potential CSAM and other
There's
material that
people
breaks our
around
rules.
here that'll do that shit
It
to
automatically
people
removes the content or
just
elevates
to
it to our
fuck-
safety
be,
professionals for
just
further
to
review.
hurt them.
We also moderate direct messages for
Put 'em in
CSAM
their spot.
and related material, and use third-party tools like photo
Same
DNA
dude I'm talking
and
about
Take It Down
made 2
to
women
combat
lick
CSAM
his
to
fucking
prevent content
truck
from being
tires.
uploaded to our platform.
Bitches got down on their knees
We
and
continually
licked
meet
the
with
fucking
parents,
truck
teachers, and
tires
teens.
for hit a mess.
In fact, I sat down with a group just a few days ago. We
Dude
used their
called his
insight
son in
to strengthen the
and
protections
said,
on our
"This is who your
platform,
mama's
and we
been
also
fucking."
work with leading
He
groups
made
like the Technology
the
Coalition.
boy watch his
The
mama
steps that we're taking to protect teens
and the
are a
mama's
critical
girlfriend
part
fuck.
of our larger trust and safety work.
Everybody
as we continue our
agreed
voluntary
because
and
this guy
unprecedented
had the
efforts
fucking
to build
meth
a
and
safe and
everybody
secure
that was
data
doing all these
environment for
sexual
U.S.
acts
users, ensuring that our
needed
platform
hits,
remains
so they were
free
listening.
from
I
outside
wasn't there,
manipulation
but I heard about
and
it,
implementing safeguards on our content recommendation and moderation tools. Keeping teens
Meth,
safe
of
online
course it
requires a
was, that
collaborative
one.
effort as well as collective action.
He's
We
a
share the
man's
community's
man.
concern
That's a
and
good
commitment
one.
to protect young people online. We welcome the opportunity to work with you
Yeah,
on
this
legislation
guy
to
that
achieve
I
this
know
goal.
of.
Our
I'll
commitment
go ahead
is
and tell you,
ongoing
he's
and
off
unwavering
Memphis Outlaws.
because there is no finish line
Okay?
when it comes to protecting teens.
He's off that Memphis
Thank you for your
Outlaws
time
show.
and consideration today. I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thanks, Mr.
I don't personally know him,
Yacarino.
but if you'll research the
Chairman
people on
Durbin,
there, there's
Ranking
only
Member
one
Graham, and esteemed
that even
members
has
of the
says
committee.
anything about
Thank
drugs
you
in the same
for the
sentence.
opportunity to discuss X's work in protecting.
Ms. Yacarino, could you check if your microphone is on?
I wouldn't do
I
that to my
talked
kid. No, I
Right,
would
right.
How is that?
do that to my
Better.
ex-wife.
Thank you very much.
You know,
Adjust
but
my chair. Apologies. Start over. Chairman Durbin, Ranking Member Graham, and esteemed members
know what
of
I
the
mean?
committee.
Know what I mean?
Thank you for the
And
opportunity to
he
discuss
thinks that
X's work
his
to
rebuilt shit
protect
is
the
better than
safety
new
of
shit.
minors
He really
online.
believes in his head that when he's
Today's
rebuilt
hearing
it, it's better than the
is
factory
titled
did
A
it.
Crisis, which calls for immediate action. As
That's
a mother,
nut job times 10.
this is personal, and I share
And
the
where he
sense of
gets all them
urgency.
parts. I'll tell you where he gets them
X is an
parts. He fucking
entirely
steals them.
new company, an indispensable
I'm
platform
not
for the
too far
world
from out there in
and
the
for
country where
democracy.
places like where he lives,
You have
they'll
my
take a 4
personal
tracks that's
commitment
red,
that X will be
take the damn
active
VIN off
and
of
a
it,
part
and
of
put
this solution.
4 tracks yellow plastic
While I
on it.
joined X
Go throw the other
only
shit
in
off in
June
the
of
ditch or the river.
2023, I bring a history of
And when they
working
report
together
them 4-wheeler
with
stolen,
governments,
there is nowhere at
advocates,
4-wheeler
and
to support
NGOs
to
to
report anymore.
harness the power of media to protect people. Before I joined, I was struck by the leadership steps this new company was taking to protect children. X is
Oh, well, but
not
I
the
thought they were
platform
all
of
his.
choice for children
know?
and teens.
Registered
We do not
legally to
have a
him. Why
line
don't she
of
just sell
business
his?
dedicated to children. Children
y'all
under
have
the age of
his mama's
13
phone number?
are not allowed to open an account.
Because I've never called.
Less than
I'll
1%
do a live call
of the
to her
US
right
users
now
on
if y'all
X
got it.
are between the ages of 13 and
I'll
17.
tell her the truth
And
that I'm
those
from
users
Arkansas and
are
I'm a new fan
automatically
of
set
his. And
to a private default setting and cannot accept a message from anyone they do not approve. In the last 14 months,
while she
X
was
has
asleep
made
or to shut him up, she
material
said, "Here,
changes
just take it.
to protect
Just take it.
minors. Our policy is clear. X
Play
has
with it
zero
for the day,
tolerance
as long as
towards
you put
any
it up for
material
bedtime."
that features or promotes child sexual exploitation.
Which there is no
My written
bedtime around
testimony
there.
details X's extensive policies on content or action.
I would ask this, but I think I already know the answer. Bo, as old as she is, she still does meth and shit, don't she? Hell yeah, Donald's videos got 2.3K views 3 days ago.
Yeah, buddy. So I had Tracy to read.
Gone are the days of bland, boring meals. Deliciousness is here.
The report
What I
to
don't
me.
understand is how they still get those
Had Rhonda
prescriptions.
send it to me.
How the
First one
doctors
she
don't
sent me,
drug
I couldn't
test them
read it.
and
It
see
was
what
all
they're
blurred
on and
out,
look
so
at what
she
they're
just
on
sent
and
me,
say, look, we're
the
not gonna
other
keep
one.
on writing this shit.
So I had my girl to read it. So as soon as a few people
Damn,
get up
Captain
in here, I'll
Midnight,
let you
that's
guys
awesome.
know what actually happened.
I like his
That's
hat.
the way we don't gotta listen
I'm
to
not
Bo's
kissing
lies.
ass, but I genuinely St. Louis
And
Cardinals
Bo blaming me.
and New York Yankees
How
my
the
favorite
fuck you blame
teams.
me when I'm all the way out here in Minnesota, you stupid bitch? It's about an ignorant motherfucker, I tell you. Blaming somebody that's not even fucking in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, so I guess Derkie went to Bob White to pick up this girl, some little whore, I'm sure. And the property that he pulled up on, the guy didn't want him on the property. So he told Derkie, hey, you're not wanted here. Get the fuck off my property. He said Derkie left and was gone for probably about 15 minutes. And then he came back.
That's wrong,
And the
Captain.
guy said for the
But it's
second
true.
time when Derkie pulled up in the truck, he said he went out there and he told Derkie to get off his property, and Derkie pulled a pistol on him. Besides Derkie getting out of his truck, the big badass, the first time that he went there, and the guy told him to get off his property, why didn't you get out of your fucking truck and fucking go at it with him like a man, you little punk? Because you're a bitch, that's why.
You
had to
don't
go
see
get
a lot of
your gun,
food
didn't
around
you?
their house,
So
do
he
you?
went and got
And you
his
never
gun
see them eat.
and fucking
That is a good
pulled it
point.
on the
I have
dude,
never
told the
once,
dude, hey, I'll
I don't
shoot
believe,
you.
seen
And that's
them
when the
eat.
fuck guy called the cops on him.
Them all sitting down eating.
Yeah, he went to pick up some chick, or the only woman I know that hangs around them that's
Yeah,
lesbian
you're right. You're right. Made a salad once or
is
something.
this chick called what is her name? Oh man,
But sure enough, there's never any food. There's
I know who it is.
poor bastards. I feel it for them.
Fuck, what is her name? God, I can't think of it.
This motherfucker got to go to the 10th the next month.
The first time he went there and fucking fight the guy like a man. It's like, hey, you know that.
But it's not because I traded mine for drugs. It's because the way I have to live, I can't do leftovers. When I buy something, I have to eat it, or it spoils. I can't. It'd be so nice to get to
That's how big of a
do
punk
leftovers.
he is. He's like, oh, you knocked out 7 people. You've been in prison for 4 years. You think you'd be a bad motherfucker? Well, you talk our little 500, 630 pound fucking punk. What it is,
Mhm.
Derkie's truly a bitch, is what it is. He's truly a fucking little punk bitch. And you know what? But like I said in the truck, I know you guys probably couldn't hear me in the truck because he had that radio going, but Bo will rat out anybody to get Derkie out of trouble. She will fucking rat her own sister out.
Well, that's her son, and she's a drug addict, and that's also her drug connection, I can quite imagine. Derkie is 100% her drug connection. She don't want to go out looking for it and shit. Daniel Larson commits arson 18 hours ago. Wow.
Classic burgers are hot
Now
and
this
juicy
might be
and
halfway
tastier
interesting
than
if
ever
y'all
before.
haven't heard either.
Hamburglar? Our best burgers ever.
Captain Midnight, do you paint too? Do you do construction too?
What's going on, everybody? How are you doing today? My name is the Leaping Lemur, and welcome back to another video.
I used to
So
do
today's video is
HVACR and
for
electrical
breaking
with
news.
my
This is
dad.
a certified emergency Daniel Larson
If y'all
post.
got any openings
Today,
up
Daniel
there
Larson went off
sometime
the deep
on your
end with his,
construction team,
schizophrenic,
you need to holler, bub.
post and admitting that he did a bunch of dine and dashes, admitting to owing like $50,000.
Can't do what I used to,
in
but
dine and dashing. He goes into detail about the amount of money he owes to like Denny's and IHOP. So I'll play those videos
nice.
now, and yeah, it continues to get worse from here. Trust me.
CNC is awesome.
I cannot hide this any longer, but from all my dining and dashings, I have probably robbed restaurants over $50,000.
Oh my God, he said he robbed for
I
$50,000
have
in
been
dining
dining and
dash.
dashing from restaurants almost every day, 3 times a day for the past 4 years.
Oh my God, how?
And Bob doesn't seem to care.
I think it's crazy how much money this guy owes, and the Denver or the Colorado police or Boulder, sorry, who or wherever he's going to and doing these dine and dashes in Colorado. I'm surprised that he hasn't got charged or anything. That just seems like an excessive amount
very good
of
skill
money
to have.
to basically be stealing,
awesome shit you can make.
just dining and dashing. He literally says every day. So that must
Shit, I
be
hate to say
expensive,
it.
right? And like just shitty for businesses.
I'd like to
There's
dine
also
and
this
dash.
fake
First
email
time I did it, I'd
that,
get
or well,
caught though.
it's alleged that it's fake. Nobody really knows the validity of it. But it was posted on Reddit, and it basically says that it's like a warning to restaurants around in Colorado, saying to not let Daniel Larson in because he's such a nuisance. So yeah, that's pretty funny. But then he posts these strings of TikToks talking about like debt that he's in. He talks about like his college class, and then at the end he says that he's gonna do a meetup at the Aurora Mall. And then this is where things get kind of crazy, right? So I'll just play those, and then we'll talk about why after.
I was supposed to be getting a $5,000 paycheck from my social media.
Larson is, and Larson believes it also.
Never happened.
He truly goddamn believes this shit.
I
wish I could live in a fantasy world like that. Wouldn't have all the problems I do.
And it is science.
These guys are one step away from being fascinated with a shiny object.
Okay. So it is January 31st, 2024. I'm doing another fan meetup at the Aurora Mall.
So it starts to get off the rails when you look at Daniel Larson's YouTube community tab. Like 11 hours ago, he posted, "I think Grace Vanderwall just killed herself. I can't get a hold of her."
Yep.
Then he says, "Lock down everything. I'm scared Grace Vanderwall might actually kill herself." And then he says that he's being manipulated by Bob over Grace Vanderwall. And then he starts schizo posting, talking about how he's being manipulated over Grace Vanderwall by the U.S. government in all cities and
$1
states.
today.
Says the police want to check his texts with Grace Vanderwall. So that's pretty crazy revelation. We'll see what comes out of that. And then he makes this post 10 hours ago that says, "I'm mentally exhausted." And that was his last YouTube community tab post. but he replied to some people, and he basically made this like crazy string of replies onto one of them where they ask if Grace is okay. Replies, "I don't know." He says, "I'm beyond suicidal. I'm
Oh
about
my
to start
God.
I'm about to set fire
Never
all across
heard
Colorado."
anybody say I'm
Says Bob
beyond
laughs at
suicidal.
me. Grace Vanderwall doesn't take my life seriously. Clark doesn't listen to me and does whatever he wants with my life. He says, my freedom
Derkie's
is
got
gone.
that
I'm
super
Clark's
side
little
eye,
slave.
doesn't
I
he?
guess I'll cancel everything I had planned for today so I can focus on him and Grace. And then he says that he just skipped breakfast. So yeah,
He acts
those,
like it's the end of
you
the
know,
world
text,
when he skips a meal.
those
Join a
replies
regular
in
person's
itself
life.
are pretty like concerning.
Fuck, it's
But then
nothing for
you
me
go
to
to
go
his
2 and 3
TikTok and he
days
posts these
without food.
images of just like a set fire, like in the distance. And then it's radio silence for 9 hours, which is like pretty concerning for Daniel Larson. He usually posts
Guys,
like
he set
all
an
throughout the
enormous
day.
ass
His
fire.
last
It
post
just
is this
showed the
picture
picture,
of
and
a
you could
blazing
see the
fire in
black
the
smoke
distance.
bellowing the fuck
No
up.
caption, no nothing. Right after, you know, threatening to set fire to Colorado. So this left most people
It was a
thinking
pretty good
that
sized
he
fire he
did
made.
set a
He
fire,
said,
I guess. There was like a fake police report or like a news
you can
story
see
going
it for
around in the
miles.
subreddit, but it was confirmed that it was basically like a Photoshop picture or whatever. But yeah, Daniel is what seems to be, I mean, he started a fire, it looks like. I mean, from the looks of it, he hasn't said anything that he didn't. I mean,
Good
people
one,
have been in his
Captain.
comments asking him if he's okay, and there's no reason for him not to be posting. Knowing Daniel Larson, he's usually like, you know, posting all day. So I'm just wondering if he really said it or not. I'm thinking that maybe just the fire was in the distance, but and he took a picture of it, but it seems so convenient that just before that he was threatening to set fire to Colorado. It just all seems really fishy. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do you guys think Daniel Larson really set fire to the Aurora Mall, or do you think you know, he's just sort of like making these posts for engagement? I don't think Daniel Larson is that smart, but you know, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Okay. White Bowser. I've heard of him, but I've never seen him. White Bowser.
Getting that from YouTube.
Alright, what do y'all say? Should we watch The Disturbing History of the White Bowser story from Kiwi Tapes, or will that get us a check mark or whatever? Which one of those two? The Disturbing History of...
Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video.
Or the White Bowser story. Okay, cool. Kiwi Tapes. He looks like an anime guy, kind of. One of them's Comic-Con. Okay, cool. Now, if you guys don't want to hear this in the background, I'll change it to something else. Watch this later.
Some of you may have seen me on live stream with this guy before. You may think you know the story behind what he has done, but like an onion, the more layers we peel back, the stinkier it gets. No one knew what he had done to his underage co-worker. No one knew he was the owner of a Discord server full of minors at the age of 30. No one knew the truth. Until recently, we thought the White Bowser was just a terrible guy who had said awful things. We thought this was all about cartoons, and that could not have been farther from the truth. Earl Doobie, otherwise known as the White Bowser, was hidden among us for quite some time. He was a fan of fellow YouTuber Smokey MCC's, and a member of his old Discord server, The Smoke Shack. There you could find the White Bowser at any hour of the day, almost every day. either posting about how much his life sucked or trashing on anyone else's opinions that he himself did not hold. Sure, people would disagree with him and debate
they
him,
turned it
but it
into
wasn't anything
damn
more than that.
Perps have
Until the White
invaded
Bowser
it,
said
what
some
y'all are
things
saying, to
that
where
really
kids aren't
made
even
him some
safe on that
enemies.
motherfucker.
One day he would be in a voice chat, a very common thing for Bowser. And jokingly, someone asked him the most important question of this whole ordeal. Earl, what kind of not safe
Yeah,
for
that's
work
not
content are you into? He would immediately list 2 anime that he watched in
not
that
cool,
regard.
fellas, I understand.
Freezing, a show about genetically
That's
modified
sad.
teens,
And thanks for
and
the info,
Kawawa on a Monday,
so I can
a show about
definitely
a girl in high school being
steer my
groomed
kids
by a
away from that
salesperson
shit.
in their 20s. The White Bowser would be immediately grilled by the fellow members of the voice chat about how these characters were underage, and that watching them in that context is very creepy. This would lead to the first utterance of the now infamous line, "They're just cartoons." The White Bowser believes that because these characters are fictional, it doesn't matter what age they are. Another common excuse that Bowser uses is that he and his friends would watch these shows together when he was in college. Both of these excuses did very little to stem the incoming tide of questions from the fellow members of the voice chat, causing Earl to leave soon after. That was when the people who had spoke to him began the long and still ongoing process of digging up anything and everything in Bowser's past. But before they had begun to even scratch the surface, Earl made another statement equally as repulsive as the first. A fellow member of the Discord was a vet, and he was talking about some of the struggles he faced after coming home because he served overseas and he had seen some things. Earl, a 30-year-old man who has never served, in fact he makes funny music
Captain, but
videos,
you know me, I'm
told
willing
the
to
vet
admit
that if his
the
life was
wrongs
so
of
bad,
my
he should just end it.
downfalls.
Naturally, this
Like why I
infuriated
have to
everyone
do the
who heard
memory
about it,
losses
everyone who saw
that
it,
happened after
and
the
I
heart
gotta say
attack.
the manpower
What
behind
does
looking into
imbecile
Earl
mean?
had to have
Are you
tripled after
you mean
that.
like imbecile?
Bowser would be banned from the Discord after the mods found out about this, not before he told multiple other people to do the same thing to themselves. And after this, Bowser would take to Twitter, adding
Yeah, if my
Smokey,
kids were sitting there
saying that
playing
his
games, and I'm
community
sure
had
you
kicked
guys
him
are the
out
same,
with
I
no
would
reason at
fucking
all.
find him.
Going on to not only threaten multiple people trying to explain it to him, but also revealing the town that he lived in. People swiftly found almost all of his
Weirdos,
personal
involuntary
information, as he had made it
I got you.
extremely easy to find. His full name was in his YouTube
10-4,
description,
guys.
for Christ's sakes. This would lead the investigators to a Reddit post made by the White Bowser. It was called "The Day My Life Turned Into an Anime." This post would go on to describe how when Earl was working at a movie theater, he had groped a coworker in what he calls an accident. He claims they all put their hands in a circle, threw them up in the air, and when his hand came
if you're
down,
like
it
30
happened
years
to
old and
land
you've
on his
never been
coworker's
laid,
chest.
you
We would
probably
not
do
know
scare
that she
women.
was
Yeah,
17
you're right.
until much
Never
later.
looked at like
Let me
that.
read you guys a little bit of this post. She turned around faster than lightning and said, "You better hustle."
I mean,
And yes,
what
I'm
woman
not
is
even
gonna
sure
have
that is
a
what
bit
she
of-
said. I don't remember. Also,
She'd have
when
to
she
be
turned
about
around at
300 pounds
breakneck
in
speed, my hand
anatomy and
moved
stuff
from
like
grabbing
he
the
is
back of
too.
her
I
shoulder
don't
to
know.
the front of her
They
chest.
say there's somebody
And
for
yes,
everybody.
this all happened within the span of 5 seconds. When she stormed off, I was just standing in shock with all my coworkers behind me, and they were all looking at me, and all I could say was, I should not have done that. The rest of the night
It sure
went
ain't
off
hard
very
for a woman to
awkwardly.
get
I
laid.
started cleaning my station and couldn't find the girl I touched anywhere. A few minutes later, my boss told me to go home, so I drove home, saying in my head, what just happened? What did I just do? I was told I can no longer linger at the movie theater, even if it's to say hi to old friends. I was also told that because of the accident that had happened with that girl, that I now gave her PTSD. If this is the case, you will no longer see me come to the movie theater as a customer. This will be my final message to all my friends I made.
I've
If
noticed that.
forgiveness and
Kiwi tapes.
reconciliation
Kiwi's a
cannot
pretty
be
good channel,
fabricated
it
between
is.
this situation, then I would rather go to a different movie theater. I cannot go to a place where I know I ruined someone's life and mental well-being. Please do not reply to this message. Just take
Some
it
of that
knowing
shit
that
y'all
I
were
need to
telling me
move
blew
on
my
if I'm
fucking
going to
mind.
improve myself and become a better person.
Some of this
Thank
shit's
you
blowing my
and
mind.
goodbye. When this
About
was
White
found,
Bowser.
things began to change rapidly. Not only was Bowser beginning to acquire some of his very first trolls, but myself and Smokey were informed of the situation, and that's where we come in. Someone had convinced the
try to
White
focus
Bowser
on him
that Smokey was
and
in
fuck
a
with him.
content farming ring with Cyrax and Music Biz Marty, accusing Smokey of paying Cyrax to fake his rages, saying that Smokey was a predator just like Rax. Bowser had zero evidence for all this, just the word of a troll. And after making a video calling Smokey all of these things with absolutely no evidence, he got my full attention. And when I ran across him
10-4.
streaming Genshin Impact one day, I decided to re-stream him. And when he found out
I'm
about
kinda
this,
getting
his
in on the
chat
end
started
of
asking
this.
him to hop on panel with me. And with a lot of help, he agreed,
There's
but
always
only
new
because he
idiots like
expected me to
myself.
pay him at the end. But during this stream, Bowser would be thrown a curveball. We would bring on the troll who had told him Smokey was
Need
in this
live tests.
content
Need to do
farming
shit
ring
live.
in the first place, who would
And when
almost
it warms up,
immediately
I want
tell
to take my
Earl
RC
that it
cars
was
out
all a
and let y'all
lie.
see me
So
act
Wow
up
Wow
with
Wow
them.
on a Monday and Freezing. Those were the two animes I brought up. Those are the only two animes I brought up.
Describe each of these
Wow
anime
Wow,
to me.
so Wow Wow on Monday is about. You know what's? Hold on. Can you look up it? Can you look up if they actually say how old I-Chan is?
I don't want that on my search history, bro.
Well, that's the thing. They never say how old she is in the anime. They just say she has big tits.
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with anything, bro? What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
I got a
Because that's the
playlist
thing.
of a
If you're
guy.
gonna,
He's
you're gonna
called the
throw
guy.
out,
And he
if you're
uses
gonna throw
other
out that a random drawing
channels.
of someone
He
who could be
uses one
any
called
age has the biggest tits ever, and how can you call that
Rum.
something that's part of reality?
It's a fight word, like
I just wanted you to
rounder or
describe this
something. Not
anime
bro-
to me,
of
and you're
course
going
not
on about
rounder.
big tits.
All right, fine, I'll concentrate. So
Anyways,
Wawa
he's
on
done
Monday
said so
is
much.
about-
He's got
is about a
demonetized.
Is about
and
well,
and he's
I'm
got
not
about
sure
3 or
to call
4
her a
other
girl or a
places he
woman
goes.
because once again they don't tell us what Tawawa's age is. But Tawawa Monday is about a woman whose boobs won't stop growing, and she has a little sister. Then there's a wife who has an H cup and all this other crap about big tits, and it's just a bunch of
You can tell he's
tomfoolery, really.
uncomfortable talking about
You
stuff.
have some
sexual
evidence
stuff.
against Smokey.
Yeah, man, Smokey. It's clearly Smokey's farming content guy. Come on.
I mean, I saw your screenshot, but I mean, what else can you tell me about it?
All I'm saying, man, is I don't know how White Bowser could believe any of that.
Mr. Doobie, are you still there?
So you were a double agent the whole time?
And right after, Bowser would do something that would take every single person by surprise. He wanted a platform where he could share his excuses
Every
with a
one of
wide
these
audience.
fuckers, they
And
like
after
little
I
girls.
re-streamed him, I think he believed I was on his side. Because a day later, I got an offer to start a weekly podcast called 110 Autism, a name that
Y'all
he
talking about like
chose,
serious
and to
stuff?
run it every
I've got
Saturday
a
at
black
6:30
female
p.m.
friend
Eastern. All this
who
after what
is
he
my
had
home
said about a
healthcare
friend
nurse,
of
and she
mine,
is
needless to
she's
say,
brilliant.
I accepted.
And
Before we go forward,
she
I want to take
she
it back a
agrees.
little bit
You wouldn't
and
think a
share
black
some
female
info
would
from
agree
Bowser's
with
past that helps
middle-aged white
establish a
male's point
pattern.
of view.
Back in 2017, Bowser
But
was
she
deep
does
in
and
the
can
brony
educatedly
community,
explain
and
why.
he would make pony music
I've talked to her
videos,
about
or
us doing a
PMVs
podcast.
for short.
I think
And at
people
BronyCon
would really be
2017,
interested.
the same one that Chris Chan attended, Bowser would
not
go on to
devoting
be
a
one
whole
of the
channel,
finalists in
but
their
having a
PMV
podcast
competition.
of-
And when it was revealed that the
series.
winner of the competition had attempted to
Maybe
take their own
breaking these
life
people
weeks
down
after
seriously.
winning, Earl
know,
would
not
take
making
to
fun of 'em, just analyzing
r/PMB and call the winner of the competition not only selfish, but also threatening them in the
she wouldn't
process.
wanna make fun of
He would
people
be
and stuff.
swiftly kicked out of the PMV subreddit, becoming a pariah
But
of
she's
the
full of good
community.
information.
Another example of Earl being ran off would be the subreddit r/bigboobs, where Earl would not only stalk women, but he would also harass them for not posting NSFW content and actually having real problems they wished to discuss. Now you may be asking yourself, Kiwi Tapes, why are you telling me all this? It's because Bowser has a long history of mistreating communities and then running off once he's called out for his terrible behavior. Almost always seeking some form of revenge against them.
Heard that.
Which leads us to the first episode of the White Bowser and Kiwi Tapes' podcast. And when the podcast began, we brought on Smokey. And after Smokey dismantled every point that Bowser made in all his videos, I began to bring people who had had previous interactions with Bowser onto the panel as well. All while telling Earl that they had paid to be there and he had to sit through it all because we weren't scammers. Being that he thought he was getting paid, he had no choice but to sit there and endure all of their criticisms. And when a guest named Cow Wrangler began telling Bowser some very hard truths, he had a very physical reaction.
So long, I guess I don't know the new
Mr. Bowser. You're like Cyrax.
And Mr. Chandler, as you can tell, this man in particular preys on women because he's a no-good degenerate. The fact that he likes to praise that he's a Catholic, he's a good, righteous man, is bullshit.
Exactly, yeah.
He is nothing more than someone who uses the name just to feel big and good about himself. He likes to go into those subreddits and preach and pray and try to look holy. Bowser, God doesn't like you. You have made you miserable.
Oh, man. I want to go smoke a cigarette.
You will be remembered not as a good man, but as someone who scares women, who scares people, who goes around and spreads his degeneracy without anyone wanting it. And I'm just going to emphasize it again.
Yeah.
Chihuahua does say that I is 15. It emphasizes that she's in high school.
Okay, in other words, it can keep your stuff from getting banned too. Using
I looked at the wiki. I mean, it does say that.
Is that true, Bowser? Is Chihuahua 15?
Oh, I actually sent you the link to the wiki, Kiwi. So I figured that would help you out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I sent it to everyone in here, I believe, because I wanted to make sure that everyone was well aware of who they were talking to. And that girl, besides from her obnoxious breast, looks like a child. She looks like a 15-year-old. Her friends look like children. So the fact that you sexualize her and you make comments about dreaming about turning into her is so interesting.
Are you fucking done? Please.
Oh my God.
Oh, the Bowser. No. I think.
Holy fuck.
Fellas. I don't mean to exacerbate the
fucking
mood here.
attack away. Fucking stop.
Well,
Bowser, guys. Bowser,
okay.
Bowser,
come on. Go ahead,
fucking hell. Fucking stop.
Bowser, come on, dude. Remember, like I said, dude, this is a podcast. We're just chilling. Just take some breaths. You want to take a commercial break?
Dude, tell him to calm down.
You want to take a commercial break?
We'll be right back after these messages. We'll be good.
Come on,
we can take a minute. We can take a minute.
A quick commercial break. There's nothing the matter. Everything's fine. It's just a cow wrangler. Remember what we said about the goon? The goon's a goon. The cow wrangler's a cow wrangler. Just take some breaths. We'll read some comments. Jay Adverse with the 15. Jesus, Jay, thank you so much, man. Me and Bowser are going to be eating great. Bowser, you need to take this as a wake-up call and taste things that come if you continue doing what you're doing. Recognize all your faults. It's not with the end of the world. We're just reading comments, dude. We can't shit on the dome. These people are our bosses, Bowser.
If anybody out there is interested in a mid-condition iPad
Squad
Mini,
Bowser, how does it feel knowing that you screwed up for the rest of your life? He's got to be
willing to get rid of.
Yeah, this is too good.
Someone to a friend, people like you. I'd let it go for like $30. I just want the money to put towards a new one.
So we need to take a 5-minute break, Bowser. All right,
off
here's what I'm gonna do,
because
Bowser.
Amazon has allowed
I'm
me
gonna
to
put you
now
in the back
finance
for a little bit.
stuff.
Let you calm down. Let Kay come in here.
And to be
Is that
honest,
all
I
right?
can finance their 10-inch.
All right. We'll see you here in a
Amazon
bit.
model.
When he finished
Fire.
blowing his nose, he would
5
return
months
to
at
me
$13
reading
a month.
extremely
Shit, I make
critical
that much, and
donations.
that's my whole
Since I had
problem
to
is
keep
my
up the facade of being a loyal co-host, I took great
my side
pleasure in
apps,
reading
my side
these.
gigs
And the
are getting
parade
to
of
where all they
Bowser
want to
haters
pay is gift
continued when I
cards.
brought in another person who had interacted with Bowser, a man named Zippity, who proceeded to grill
I
Earl
need
so
something to
hard
pay out
that Earl
goddamn
began to
PayPal.
pray to God for help.
I just want to bring up, he constantly says that he was fired from the, not fired, that he quit from the cinema job. I just went and I was able to found an archive of the Reddit post. He straight up says he was fired. He straight up says his boss yelled at him in anger, and that all the females that he was working around, females, I sound like an incel saying that, but that's what he said, were uncomfortable around him and that they didn't like him working there. There's also other Reddit posts where he is constantly the most spiteful, ignorant piece of shit and talking down to anyone who disagrees with him with the most smug attitude. Oh, you guys are just sinners, because that's the way he fucking operates.
God doesn't like
this disingenuous, you're trying to give human rights to cartoons shit is fucking the most obvious, transparent shit ever. No one in the fucking history of this interaction has ever said that. We are calling him out and saying that he is creepy for looking at depictions of underage girls. I just heard moderators of the post. It was Daddit, and he. There's the post itself is deleted, but a lot of the comments are still there. And from the context, it's fucking creepy. And a lot of people are asking why his pretend daughter that he doesn't have sees him as a fucking god. That is in the fucking. It's most insane shit fucking ever.
All throughout the show, Bowser is defending his actions, saying he groped his coworker on accident, saying that the age of cartoon characters didn't matter because they were fictional, while at the same time backtracking everything he had said previously, saying that he didn't watch those characters in an illicit way, and saying that he never told anyone to off themselves. All lies, something that he seems very comfortable with. What he isn't quite so comfortable with is the truth. And when I brought Cal Wrangler back in for round 2, Earl would have another negative reaction to being told the truth.
Can I just say one thing I wanted to add in here really quick? If this is such an accident, Bowser, why do you have a history of preying on women? You clearly have a history where you're going after women.
You fucking psychopath!
Bowser would leave soon after, and the very first episode of 110 Autism would end. And in the week leading up to episode 2, me and Smokey were trying to formulate some kind of a game plan. It would be hilarious to host a mock court where the chat would be the jury. To be honest, this was the last time we planned on interacting with Bowser. We didn't think there was anything else to be uncovered. So when episode 2 began, we came right out of the gate asking him every uncomfortable question under the sun. His defense being it was all in the past and he wants to move on.
If y'all haven't
Episode
tried
2 cleared
these,
up a lot of confusion for me. Because
H2O
Bowser would talk
energy.
about a movie theater incident
This
that
is the
wasn't even
blackberry
related to when
grape.
he groped his coworker.
It's a
It turns
caffeinated
out
drink
weeks
mix.
before the podcast had even
It's
began,
not
Bowser
all
had seen a
sweet and
YouTube
tangy
comment
and
under one of
shit.
his videos telling him to probably not
But
return
by
to
God,
the
it
movie theater
rehydrates you.
he groped his coworker at. Bowser took
99
this as a
cents at
threat,
the Dollar Tree
immediately
for
jumping
6.
in his car and
And I
running down to
promise
the movie theater,
rehydrated.
warning everyone that they had to get out of there because it was
You want
dangerous.
something just sweet?
Costing taxpayers thousands of dollars
They make
and
all the way
surely
from
putting him
this
on some kind
to
of watch
Sprite
list. This is also the
to, like,
episode where
you
I
can get
learned
soda
Bowser is a
flavored.
racist. When he was fired from the movie theater for groping his coworker, he contacted his old friend from college, Ricky, a black man. Earl was down on himself and he wanted a little bit of support from Ricky, who told Earl that he was too good for that job and he could surely find one much better. Earl proceeded to call Ricky the hard R, and after that, their friendship of many years ended. After learning all of this and letting everyone else have their fun, at the end of episode 2, I told Bowser exactly what I thought about him, and what I truly thought was going to be our last encounter.
Bowser, I just want you to know
I do not like you. You are a pedophile. You are everything that these people call you. And the fact that that you came to me and wanted to start a podcast with me, knowing the kind of shit that I cover, is fucking hilarious. And if you think that you're ever going to talk to me again, or you're going to get anything out of me, well, you're going to be waiting for quite a few chihuahuas on a Monday. We'll put it like that. I'm never talking to you again. This podcast is never getting another episode. What about payment?
Yeah, and what about payment?
After the end of the show, I received this message from Earl, and I thought this had all come to an end. Little did I know, it was just the beginning. I was told by a friend that we were just scratching the surface of what Bowser had done, and if we could convince him that I had been trolled into believing he was a predator, that we could get the podcast back on track, and we could talk about the anime Discord server full of minors that he owned. This whole time, Bowser was the owner of an anime Discord server called Laugh
Discord, I
Tale.
heard that's where
On
the
the surface, it appeared to be a Discord server anime and anime music videos,
like you
but
say,
what to be was so much darker.
so non-regulated.
The server was full of minors, some being young as the age of 14, and it turns out that Earl and the other adults on the server were sharing illicit materials with these minors. The White Bowser stating numerous times that he himself uploaded not safe for work
about the
content
Kool-Aid, but it was too hard that way.
Bowser
You had to
and his
mix a
mod
big thing
team
of
would
it
also
up. And
take to having the fellow members of the server call them Daddy. Earl's username being Daddy Butcher. In a
but
server
I won't pay for
full
water.
of
Hell no,
children.
I'm not gonna
Being
pay
as
for a
Earl
case of
had
water
committed a
bottles.
crime here
I'll
and
mix
people
it up
knew
in
his full name and
Coke can
address,
or
they
whatever.
reported this information to the proper authorities, who swiftly said it wasn't enough. So getting Bowser to reveal more was
They got
priority
like
number
A&W
one.
root
So
beer,
I
you
decided
know?
to tell him that I was trolled into believing that he was a predator. And after
I
being
think everybody but
insulted
Coca-Cola
numerous times,
has,
he
you
agreed
know,
to come
those
back
little
to the
stick
show.
flavor.
Back on this decision 2 or 3 times. I had to do episode 3 without him because of this. And I needed a co-host, so I could think of no one better than Smokey. Though Bowser did not appreciate me replacing him with his mortal
Besides
enemy
that
for 1
hydrate
week, he agreed to come back on the podcast for episode 4, where he thought me and Smokey would apologize to him and tell the whole world that we had been trolled. As soon as we start the show, it's very obvious Bowser is suspicious, demanding to know just how Smokey had been trolled.
Hi, Smokey.
Bowser, bro, I am like I'm genuinely so sorry for calling you a predator, bro.
Okay. I like to hear that.
I am too.
Yeah. I'm sorry for accusing you of having underage kids in your Discord.
Everybody, thanks for the thumbs up.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping by.
Like, I was totally
Appreciate
wrong on that
y'all.
one, right? There's no one under 18 in there.
Appreciate
I know
the
that for a fact,
introduction to
right?
White
Right,
Bowser.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
The irony of this whole episode
his
is
fro.
lost on Bowser. He thought that we were there to clear his name and say that we were sorry. It could not have been farther from the truth. And after an hour of Bowser smugly thinking that he was in the clear, Smokey let him know just what he thought of him.
Bowser, earlier I apologized to you for being a predator, and that was my mistake for calling you that. I should have never called you a predator. What I should have called you was a predatory groper, a pedophile.
All right, Captain Midnight.
There's a lot of things I could have called you that I
You
didn't
be
call
easy,
you.
brother.
And
I'm gonna stay on
Oh,
here a
he's
little
gone.
bit while longer.
Wow.
Bowser left the show, but he didn't block me, so it gave me hope we'd have a new episode next week. Everyone else believed the same until I received a message
10-4.
directly from the White Bowser. Hello, Kimi.
Well, don't
As
have
of
too
today,
much
I'm
fun
blocking you
today,
on Discord,
Captain
and the
Midnight.
110
Be safe,
Autism
brother.
podcast
And
is
thanks for
ending.
stopping
I
by.
was visited today by a private investigator who had to take a report on how you and the trolls are trying your best to criminalize me. The investigator
safe.
assured me I did nothing wrong and that you and the trolls have no life and no idea how the law works. This has officially gone too far. You harassing me is one thing. You harass the state and the law, that's another thing. Now, the police took a statement from me on the whole situation. If you trolls continue to harass the police, they will open a case against you. and Smokey, and you will be prosecuted. Especially Smokey. He has no idea what area he is treading into. Lying about accusations that will ruin someone's life and then bothering and harassing the police about it, I'd like to see what YouTube would say about that to Smokey and your YouTube channels. I am not a pedophile, I am not a child predator, and now that the police are involved because of the trolls, this will be the end of our communication forever. The trolls officially ruined it, Kiwi, and the law is involved now. I was told I did nothing wrong, case open, case closed. The case will be reopened if the police keep getting harassed, then you and Smokey can kiss your YouTube careers goodbye. So with this, you are blocked, Kiwi. This is the end of our communication. Bowser was not joking. Right after this, he blocked me, not even letting me respond. After this, he would go on a campaign of slander and misinformation against Smokey, and to a much smaller degree, myself. This would also be the beginning of Earl making his so-called apology videos. That every time would have the opposite
That's
effect
why I
of
fell
an
in love.
apology. Earl might have been
And
busy,
plus,
but I
it was the
promise you
best
the
sex I've
people
ever had
looking
in my
into
life.
him were busier, uncovering new things by the day. This is when Smokey and myself had an idea of our own. We would
She
start
was
our own
at
show and do
52,
it at
she
the
was still
exact
drop
same
dead
time as the
fucking
old
gorgeous.
one, so that way we knew Bowser was free and that he can join whenever he was ready to come back. That was the birth
I'd
of
always
Too High
been
for
the guy.
Stupid,
My
a
3
show that
wives.
me and Smokey still
Shit,
run
one of
every
my wives
Saturday
was
at
like 6
6:30
years younger
Eastern
than me.
Time. And for our very first episode, we had something special in the works. Someone had told Earl that the apology videos he had been
I was
making
in
were
my
working,
20s
and me
when
and
I
Smokey
first
wanted to
met my
watch one
first
with
wife,
him so
and
that
we
we
were
can prove
married
to the whole community Bowser had changed.
as soon
I
as she
have
turned
no
18.
idea why, but he agreed and joined for the very first episode
We
of
were
Too
trying
High
to
for
get
Stupid.
married. We were
What
trying to get her
ensued
mom
was
to sign
another
off for
hour and a
mom and
half
dad
of
at
Earl being
17.
interrogated.
Yeah, Bowser, I just want you to know, like, you saying that you're falsely reporting my channel is against TOS as well.
You're using your audience against me.
I'm not
That's
using
against-
anything against you, Bowser. I'm telling the complete God's honest truth about you, and you're just mad about it, so you want to get my channel taken down. You know that's fucking against all the rules and shit. You wanna
Smokey, you're violating TOS right
Bowser,
now.
you're a predator. You're a predator.
No,
Hey,
I'm
let's
not.
keep this civil.
No, I'm not.
No, Bowser, you're a predator.
No, I'm
You
not.
admittedly groped that girl. You said you did it.
I am not a
intentionally.
predator.
You're a predator.
Why did you make this video on Smokey, White Bowser's? Do you believe that he's using his audience against you?
I do, yes.
How?
Because you have no control over your audience, and you
You're
take
right. I
zero
don't.
account-
I don't. They do what they want to do.
You take zero accountability for their actions.
Bowser, I'm not responsible for the people who watch my videos' actions.
Yes, you are. You cannot enforce and you cannot enforce cyberbullying. Smokey. You cannot enforce.
I've told everybody that I don't want nobody to mess with you. Is that good enough? Because what do you want me to do if someone looks at that video and says, "Man, this Bowser guy is a fucking creep," and they decide, "Hey, I'm gonna rate this White Bowser and say something mean to him"? That's not that you can't blame me for that. That's the same way you're trying to blame Cow Wrangler for having to double up on your medicine. That's on you, and that's on them.
Yeah, let's get into that. What is the
Somebody else's
been doubling
fault.
up on your medicine, Earl?
Double up on
No,
the medicine.
I
Okay, so you lied about that.
My medication was increased, but I've never been doubling up on it. Smokey, you're full of shit. Okay.
If I'm not full of shit, Bowser,
Yes, you are. You are full of shit.
Bowser,
You are full of shit. I
Anyone
am
can
not a pedophile. I am
You
not a
are.
predator.
You're a
I-
predator. You are.
I do not have to deal with your crap. You sick, depraved,
Pedophile.
degenerate. I'm leaving the shoot. I'm leaving.
No, we have to hold up.
After Bowser left the panel, we would not see him again for a very long time. But that didn't mean others had not only gotten
he's
in
easy to
contact
get
with him,
riled up.
but were digging up new information.
He is
A
easy
channel
to get
called The
pissed
Black
off.
Bowser had convinced Earl that they were internet reporters and that they wanted an interview about the bullying he had endured in the last couple months. Earl didn't ask
Just
who they
stay
were
off the
with.
goddamn
In fact,
internet if
he
you
didn't
wanna
ask
hear it.
them anything. He just agreed. And during this interview, he said something horrifying.
No, I feel this segues great into what we'd like to discuss next.
Okay, go ahead.
The,
Go ahead.
the liquid Chris stream from the other night, where he made allegations of you like presenting cartoon porn to minors. Actually, these are just allegations. But we do have some questions regarding it.
Okay.
In this secret server, or this alleged secret server. I apologize.
It's not a secret server. It's a Discord server. It's an anime Discord server. And here's something I want to clear up for the audience in general here. I quite clearly cannot be a pedophile if I own a Discord server with minors in it who I do not prey upon, who I only converse and talk. You guys have to understand something. If you're gonna label someone as a pedophile just because they talk to kids in a private Discord server, that's like labeling any public school teacher as a pedophile in the same way because they're in a classroom with a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? You can't make you can't make that correlation. All I'm doing is talking to these minors about school. Sometimes I play chess with them. We have a chess chess channel on our anime Discord server as well, and we talk about One Piece primarily and Attack on Titan, and even Chainsaw Man came up lately in the anime Discord server too. So I'm just, and sometimes I talk with these kids about school. So I'm not doing anything illegal with these kids. I'm just talking with them. That's what a teacher does in a classroom, basically. So you can't call me a predator.
All right. Okay. So basically, my question was from the beginning. Were there minors in your server? So
I said yes, there were.
All right.
There are allegations. I'm seeing a lot of that you streamed hentai in this server. What's that about? Did you do this?
Yeah, hentai is like
only once.
Sexual.
A server with over 1,000 members. Not a crime in and of itself, but what was going on there was a different story. See, the Discord contained many minors, the lowest being confirmed at 14. We know this because every person in the server had a tag displaying their age. As I said previously, Bowser owned this server, running it under the name Daddy Butcher. During this interview, he talked about how him and his team of mods would reward these children by showing them illicit materials if they finished their homework. Many of these images either including gore or sex. Earl was heavily involved in these activities, stating on numerous occasions that he sent some of this NSFW content to children. He would also tell us how he caught one of his mods grooming a member of the server, and he did nothing about it. The Discord revelations would be damning for Bowser. The almost shameless view of the whole situation really irked the public, and realizing this, he cut off contact with almost everyone, spending the next couple months making video diaries and playing Genshin Impact, all while me and Smokey were continuing to put on Too High for Stupid every Saturday, trying to get Earl to return. Getting close, but never quite there. Until eventually we expected he would never be back on the show, but boy were we wrong. It was the beginning of May 2023, and Earl's birthday was coming up. Being as everyone knew where he lived, someone decided they would send him a birthday clown to cheer him up. The birthday clown had received specific instructions to live stream the whole encounter. The clown was not in on this. He thought that he was hired by a long-distance friend to cheer up a buddy who was depressed. And as the unknowing clown knocks on the door with a huge smile on his face, something completely unexpected happens.
How you doing?
Speak.
Go ahead and speak, sir.
Hey, happy birthday! I just want to say happy birthday. What?
She just closed and locked the door.
Earl's mom almost immediately slammed the door in the birthday clown's face and promptly locked it behind her. This is the first and only glimpse of his mother to date. When Bowser was told exactly what had happened from his mother, he decided to unblock both me and Smokey
Damn,
to send us the
thanks
same
for the
message.
thumbs up,
Hey look,
fellas.
I've come to deliver a
Ladies,
message, the
gentlemen.
same one to Smokey and
Hope
Kiwi.
everybody's having
Your
a good
people are coming
morning.
to my
God
house now.
bless.
People or strangers with face paint and worse coming to my house and harassing my mother. This is no longer funny anymore. It is no longer a prank. Real people are in danger here. I don't think you want blood on your hands. You are internet trolls, clearly. But you don't want people dead, do you? My mother was lucky enough that they only had a cell phone on them this time. Next time they could have a gun or a knife on them. Next time my mother might have her life put in danger when they are at my door. This is a warning. I have told the police to make frequent checks at my house crossroads. If people show up to my door again just to scare me, they will be arrested and they will be prosecuted. And if you are found to be in league with them, you will be punished severely. This all started with your false accusations about pedophilia, Smokey. Now, I have made mistakes. I groped a woman by accident.
By
I showed
accident.
hentai to
How do you grope a
teenagers.
woman by
Yeah, I know it
accident?
is messed up. You can call me a degenerate all you want for that, but once my mother's life is in danger, you cross the line. I have never groomed kids and never preyed upon minors. I am not a pedophile. And now that my mother is being harassed by your gang, I am done playing around. So if you don't want people to get hurt or worse, realize this. This is no longer funny. It is no longer some sort of sick prank. My life and my mother's life were put in danger yesterday. If you have any sort of conscience, you will end this charade and stop the madness. I know you're an asshole, and my psychiatrist and I agree that you're a dipshit. But you do not want people's blood on your hands. I have my doubts, but if you are full-blown psychopaths, then I still don't think you want any of this. And I do not want my mother's life or my house put in danger. Now please, for your own sake, come forward, tell the truth, and stop putting my life and my mother's life in danger. I am blocking you again. This is a warning, and the police will be watching my house very closely and frequently. Again, blaming both of us for the actions of others, and again blocking us before we could respond. At this point, almost every aspect of his personal life was available on the internet. People knew where he lived, people knew where he worked, and people knew the location of his greatest sins. People were more than happy to tell his church and his job everything that he had done online and in the past. They would also tell the police, who would frequently be called to Earl's house for wellness checks. At this point, Bowser was really feeling the heat, and he'd do almost anything to take some of it off. He closed his Discord server full of grooming and minors. He also makes another terrible apology video where he continues to insult and dox his victim. We were able to convince Bowser that this was another one of those videos that had changed the public's mind and they wanted to hear the truth from him directly. He agreed, thinking that he was on the right track to being forgiven.
Well, peace
And
out,
during
guys.
the
I'll
12th
probably come
episode
back a
of
little
Two
bit
Rockers
later on and be live.
Bowser would continue to dig his
Appreciate
hole
the
deep.
thumbs up. Appreciate all the visits. Please like and share my channel.
Yesterday was very,
Peace
very
out.
stressful for me.
Thank you all.
So I just wanted to chill and play chess today, but if you just want to solve this with